getting dicey.
Yeah, snapping.
Everyone, is your Roll20 not working, Joe?
Yeah.
In what way? What's it doing? What's happening? What's
It won't bring
on?
up my character sheet. It says your connection to the server has been interrupted, and if I'm meant to be on a map, I ain't seeing it.
Can you just refresh that? Can you just refresh your
I'm
browser?
going to refresh it.
Because you definitely are going to need this.
Those ears look on point, though.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I feel like I'll probably be sick of them within like 10 minutes, unfortunately.
Yeah. Sweating.
They're not the most comfortable.
You're actually not allowed. You're not allowed to give them up because we literally bought the microphone so you could use get those ears on.
No, we didn't.
It's definitely one of the reasons.
It's definitely a silver lining.
And Lachesty Rules just hosted us, so thank you, Lachesty. Yeah. You
Too
need
late
to
for Fijoa chat.
You missed the Fijoa chat, yeah, but you need to get
Again,
back.
I'm just going to bring out that Fijoa. Incredible.
Thank you.
And Chester, you've got to get back into your D&D. I need to watch more of your D&D. It was too good. It was too good. Joe, how's your Roll20? Is it okay?
No.
Okay.
It's just loading.
Theater of the mind.
Yeah, you might have to use some theater of the mind. So, Baron, you're the one that's opened up this door and has really taken this all in. And you may notice on the map there, you've actually got a little Gary token.
Oh, he's looking a bit grody.
He's very grody. He doesn't look as pristine. I should have made one out of a still of what you've got sitting next to you, but
you should have. Where's your commitment?
I don't know.
Okay, oh, cool. Does it? Oh, I can move him.
Yeah, he's yours to move.
Mine to command.
Yes. Okay,
so there is a couple of child-sized skeletons in the middle of this room.
Yeah.
Okay. The thought crossed my mind in the break. Should I animate these skeletons? But then I thought, no. That's bad taste.
I'm not going to stop you.
Okay. No, I'm stopping myself.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to gingerly look around and step into the room. Yeah,
that's cool. As you walk in, and the house, there's like a little kid's dollhouse to your left as you walk in, and it is a perfect replica of the house that you're in. But the whole front wall of it is taken off, and you can kind of see inside and see the floors that you've gone through. Sort of like two walls of it are open, so you can sort of look right in.
Yep. Oh, I'm going to crouch down and examine it. Oh, hey, Morley, check out this. Check out this house. It's just like the one we're standing in.
By God, it is. Look for the dungeon. Look for the dungeon. Turn it upside down.
Good thinking. I'm going to look for the dungeon.
Yeah. Cool. Give me a investigation roll.
Okay. I will. Oh, should I try my new dice thing?
Oh, okay. You do it. Do it.
Okay. Yeah, I have to add +7.
You have to add +7. Oh. What? Okay, that was amazing. That was amazing, by the way. For our podcast listeners, he's got a dice roller that's set up with a green screen and stuff, so he can roll it himself and have it appear. Just put your fingers over it and show just like.
I didn't want to see my finger under magnification. It makes them really orange. I rolled a 1, so that's an 8.
A total of 8. You with a roll of an 8. Everything's sort of where you expected it to be. You can even see the little secret area in the library that you managed to find when you were investigating the library. But the wall that you'd opened up is still closed, so it just seems to be just like a little empty area. But you can't really. You don't see any stairwell or anything down. But there is a sort of. There does seem to be like a little blank area of the thing that's all closed up at the moment as well. Like you know how you might remember on certain floors there was that kind of shape to the map.
Yes.
That's there as well, and that's all closed up and in the same shape the entire way up to the attic as well.
There's like a column that's. I'm just gonna say, Morley, this is stupid. Doesn't show us anything.
Yeah, you sort of get up and turn to talk to Morley, and you see standing above the remains of these two children, basically the same two kids that you saw outside, but they're a little more transparent, a little bit more of a sort of glow to them, and the little girl speaks up. What are you doing in our womb?
Your womb.
Getting rid of the monsters, eh? What a surprise to see you here, little girl.
Who are you? Who are you? I don't know who you are.
Do you not remember the conversation we had outside? It was not.
Oh, I haven't been outside in a very long time.
I'm gonna turn to the Baron and go, I think I'm talking to a ghost.
Yeah, I'm just gonna slowly back up against the wall, but try and act chill. Can I see if they are ghosts? I mean, is there anything like Arcana check I can do to see, like, if I have I seen a ghost before? I don't think I've seen a ghost before. Have I?
Spot ghost.
Spot ghost.
You don't need to
It's
roll for
freaking me
this.
out.
This is you look them up and down, and they don't really have feet. They're not standing on the ground. They just kind of fade to nothingness. But they're above the remains of these two children.
I'm gonna try and.
Do you like my my dollhouse?
Yeah, that's what I was just. Yeah, this is an amazing dollhouse. Is this
Stuff I
yours?
just said earlier. I mean,
Is this yours?
Yeah, my dollhouse. That's my dollhouse. I really love my dollhouse.
Oh my god, who made this?
I don't know. It was gifted to me a long time ago.
You're very lucky. Very
And,
lucky.
Is the little boy next to the girl is just is completely quiet and just almost trying to hide behind this girl, and is just not saying a thing.
Morley's just going to back out of the room,
Oh.
just quietly, and try and grab the attention of the others, like with some big nods.
I'm gonna try to look in the room.
Yeah, everyone outside that room is definitely hearing this conversation taking place.
I'm just going to
I'll,
crouch down. Oh, sorry. You go.
Crouch down. Go ahead.
I was just going to crouch down and look in there and ask the children if they can show me around their dollhouse. But
Yeah, what would you like? What would you like me to show you?
is there any sort of cool places, cool secret tricks in this cool house?
Oh, secret tricks! And she just kind of like hovers quickly over to your side, right next to you. You're sort of leaning down, looking into the dollhouse. She's just right next to you. There's no sort of coldness, or there's no change in sort of the area around you. It just zoops up behind next to you, and she reaches a ghostly hand out towards the library. Says, "There's a secret area here. In the library, there's a book. And when you pull it, the door it opens, and Dad doesn't want people to know there's stuff in there, but there's stuff in there."
Oh,
Okay, sounds like you know a lot about this house.
And then she puts her fingers sort of down to the ground level. There's a secret somewhere around here. I don't remember where. But I think there's something even cooler up here. And she reaches up to the attic area, and just sort of points to a certain spot. I'll click it on the map. The equivalent.
Okay.
Oh, that is not, actually,
To the left of Morley there.
Right
out
there.
in the hallway.
right there. Yeah.
Okay.
She points and says, That's a scary secret, though. But that's another really cool but scary secret.
Scary. Scary how?
Yeah, me and Thorn, we're not allowed down there.
Oh, okay. Any ideas why
Well, there's monsters down there.
there's monsters? Okay.
There's monsters down. Are you here? Are you here to help us?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I could help tidy up your room.
Oh,
Seems to be
that would be really good. It's got lots of spider webs. It's got
Yep.
lots of dust.
a whole bunch of bones in the middle.
Oh yeah, they're our bones.
You knew that. But that's okay. I've got a bone friend here. My friend out in the hallway's got bones on him.
Yeah.
Everybody's got bones. It's nothing to worry about.
Yeah, well, they're our bones. We got told to stay in a room while mommy and daddy said they were gonna go look after something in the basement. And then there was screaming, and then lots of time went past, and then we got really hungry, and we got hungrier, and we got hungrier, and then Thorn went to sleep, but he didn't wake up, and then I lay down next to him, and I went to sleep too.
Well, you're very well behaved.
Morley's just gonna take this quiet moment and say, "If we clean the room, I feel kind of silly for ruining that broom now."
You heard a broom?
I think we lost the broom, little girl. We didn't cause it any harm.
I don't know if you're gonna have much luck cleaning this room. There's something a bit weird about everything in this house.
I tell you what, if we help you clean the room, how about you help us get down and take care of them monsters?
Oh, I can't go down into where the monsters are. I'm too scared. I've been staying in my room like a good girl.
Yeah, okay. You're very good.
Yeah, are you here? You can just stay in here with me. We can just play games.
Well, we can come and visit. I think that you should probably leave this room. I think you've been in here long enough.
And her eyes just go wide when you talk about leaving this room. I can't leave. I have to stay in this room. It's too scary out in the house.
I will sort the monsters, don't worry. But after we sort the monsters, you can go. I'm sure there's lots of cool playgrounds and stuff outside. So.
I don't know if you know where you are, Mr. Funny Hat, but
Funny Hat.
Yeah, it's real funny. But we can't leave.
Can't leave.
I don't think you should leave either.
Leave what? This house or this town?
You won't leave this house, but I don't think you should leave this room.
This room.
And saying that, Thorn at her side sort of steps out a little and puts just like crosses his arms and sort of lets out a bit of a hump.
Well, looks like I'm staying.
Okay, let's go outside. American, you've heard a lot of this. What's going through American's head right now?
So she probably, as soon as she would have heard the voices, would have wandered in, and as soon as she saw the dead children's bones on the ground and ghostly apparitions, she would have transformed back into an elf in a state of shock, and she would have stumbled forward to witness what was happening. Very, very aggrieved at the sight of children's bones and the tragic end they surely met. She's listening. She's just hanging on every word they say with great concern.
Are you making yourself known to them? Are you sort of making your way into the room as well, or
yes.
Are you sort of staying? Yeah. Okay. You walk in while this conversation is taking place. Oh, you're a pretty lady. You hear from Rose.
I like this ghost.
Are you here to be my friend too? You guys look like a lot of fun.
No, cherub. You poor children. You've met such an awful end. We must take care of whatever is keeping you on this plane. It's surely not right. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry for the awful things that befell you in life. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I just want to sweep. I want to leave. But I can't leave. And Thorn wants to leave too. He's tired too. We're tired of being here.
These poor children, these poor cherubs. They shouldn't be locked to this plane. It's awful. It's tragic.
What's Bill up to?
I think Bill was kind of just leaning his head around after Morley beckoned, and he's just standing at the doorway. It looks like a pretty full room. Calling out, maybe we could help you leave. What can we do?
I don't know. If I knew, I think we probably would have left a long time ago. But I don't know. Maybe I don't know.
Should we go and try to get rid of these monsters, and then maybe see if we can find your parents?
I maybe, but I don't think you guys should go anywhere. I think it's too scary for. If it's too scary for me, it's too scary for everyone. So you stay. You just stay with us now. You stay with us.
Yeah.
You stay with us forever now. Okay?
I don't think so. Sorry, kiddo. But we do want to help you, and I think the best way to help you is for us to be brave. It is for us to go and find out what's wrong and just really help you out of this jam.
Okay. I showed the funny hat man where that secret is. I help. I really don't want you to leave, but if you have to leave, then you have to leave.
We'll be back.
We've just been lonely a really long time.
We'll be back.
We will be back, and we will show your bones the rest that they deserve. We will do a rite over you. We will return you. We will release you. And she's just getting all emotional over these bones, and she's just like, just crying a little bit to herself.
Yeah, I think that might be a really good idea. Yep.
Can I make you more comfortable? Can I put you in? Sorry, I've forgotten your brother's name. Can I put you
Thorn.
both? Can I put you and Thorn in the bed?
I don't really want us to be moved until we in the right spot.
Okay.
We're okay for now.
I'm looking over at Baron Byram, and I'm like, don't you get any ideas about these bones?
I would never think about something like that.
Baron, can I get another investigation with advantage from you, please? Just in
With
regards,
advantage.
just in regards to that house. You're just going to sort of take another look where she was.
So you
pointing.
want 2 1s. What's that? A 9? Is it reversed for you? Or?
It's a 9. No, that's right.
A 9 plus 7, whatever that is. And a 2 plus 7.
All right, we'll go with the 9. So it's 16 total. You can see that it looks to be an entranceway into that secret area from this room below it.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, it definitely looks like. And now you've put your finger in and wiggle the little door, and you can open up this little door in the doll house now.
Yes. Yeah.
And it just reveals this spiral staircase that just seems to go further down through the core, sort of through that blocked off area. Yeah, that whole column. Just the spiral staircase the whole way down.
Okay. Such a fancy dollhouse.
Morley.
Having heard this little girl and her plight and everything that's kind of happened, I'd like to kind of talk to Bill as the only one I kind of have a prior history with. And
Mm-hmm.
Bill, do you still have that fighting spirit I knew all of those years ago, boy?
Yeah, somewhat. It's been a.
I was.
It's
I won't
been
lie. I was hoping for a more enthusiastic yes than that.
It was very convincing.
a lot's happened.
When a terrible evil has happened, a terrible evil and a terrible fate has befallen these two children, and anyone hurting children deserves to get theirs.
I'm very impressed by
I
that.
agree with that.
Well, let's make down there and show whatever's lurking in the deep what it came to find.
I
I'll,
love this new guy.
Wally's
to that.
angry. He's like angry that these kids have met such a horrible fate, and he's like really fired up.
Well,
so who's leading that charge?
I'm going to tell everyone on the dollhouse here, how I think we're going to get down to the basement of the monsters.
Cool. Are you going to take the lead and sort of show them the way?
Okay. If I know where it is, then I'll walk through. Well, I'll open the door.
Yeah, cool.
And if it's too freaky, someone else can lead the way.
Let's reveal this room.
Oh, Gary's coming with me, by the way.
Of course he is. You open up the door and it's just a dusty chamber that's just filled with old furniture, chairs and coat racks and mirrors and mannequins. They're all dressed in dusty white sheets. Mannequins, yes. And there's again, this room hasn't been looked after. There's just cobwebs and dust covering everything. Near an iron stove underneath one of the sheets, there's an unlocked wooden trunk containing just some more skeletal remains. She seems to be wrapped. On closer inspection, you're taking it all in, and she seems to be wearing similar clothing to what was left on that spectre that's still crying downstairs.
So it's an adult-sized skeleton this time.
Yeah, and this one has also been just wrapped up in this old tattered bed sheet, and it's just stained with brown dried blood.
Ooh. Does it look like she was murdered?
Give me an investigation check.
Okay, I hope you can add 7 to this.
Oh,
19.
Right, total of 26. You can tell you loosen up some of the bed sheet and look into where that blood had been pooling. You can just see on the skeleton just a bunch of chips and scratches and slices. This poor person, possibly the spectre you fought earlier.
I'm good at skeletons. Can I tell it's a woman?
You can tell it's a woman, actually.
Mm-hmm.
And it's got stab wounds, just heaps of them on so many different parts of her body, in the rib cage and the arms, sort of around the vertebrae and stuff. It was seriously just killed, wrapped up and thrown into this chest. But it looks
many times.
It looks really old. It looks like it's possibly been there for 100 years or so.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is some kind of grisly murder going on here, guys.
Oh no, something terrible has befallen this house. We must set things right for the spectres of those poor innocent children.
Can I look in the wood burning stove, please? Can I see if I can open the door?
In the stove, yeah. Morley, you make your way over to it and just open up the stove, and it's just dust. It's just dust, a couple of small spiders. There's nothing in there of any interest. It doesn't look like it's been used in hundreds of years.
Cool. I'm glad I checked that out.
Can I still hear the cries from the floor below?
No, you can't really hear much from downstairs at the moment.
Is there anything that corresponds to the dollhouse in this room?
Well, you know that the secret doorway is kind of in the. I think this map is turned, but we'll just say the sort of the northwest from our view. I think it's so. We're basically next to Morley. That was where the secret door that you that you
Molly,
found.
can you see anything over there? There should be a secret door in that corner.
Can I investigate?
Yeah, give me an investigation roll.
Cool. I'll just have to bring up my character. Sorry.
Yeah, that's all right.
I'm so sorry for the inconvenience.
My apologies.
Roll 20s being a pig as well.
Molly seems to be rummaging around in the corner.
Yeah, he's just hands all over the walls.
Oh, 17.
Yeah, with a roll of a 17, it's actually quite obvious. There's even a little bit of a draft that you find up against one of the walls that you're to the northern wall there.
Aye. Seems to be some sort of crack in the wall here. Right where you said, Wizard Man.
Yes.
Great job.
Problem solved. What do you mean a crack?
It's like a seam of a door. In fact, I think it is like a door, and I kind of give it a hit like the Fonz on the jukebox.
Oh my gosh.
And you hit it, and it just sort of bounces back at you and opens up maybe a few inches, about maybe 10 centimeters. As soon as you hit that wall and make that thud, you hear the sound of something running up from behind that doorway. And it's just getting sort of faster and faster and louder as it gets to the top. And just from maybe about a foot up from the floor, just this little wet dog nose just appears at the door, and it's kind of like sniffling. It's sniffling around, and it starts to push at the door and excitedly opens the door and runs into the room and sort of just pushes up against Morley's leg, so relieved to see you.
Keep away,
It's a
Gary.
dog. It's a lovely doggo. What a wonderful treat.
Ghost dog. Ghost dog.
Oh, I'm overjoyed.
I'm
Is
looking
it a
nervous.
ghost dog or is it a real dog?
No, it's a real dog. It's a real dog. It looks like it's definitely in need of food, but it's fine.
For
Gary
100
starts
years.
backing into the corner.
Yeah, I'm nervous because of Gary's legs. Loris, keep your boner away from it. You should feed it your boner, actually.
I've got some rations on me. I'd like to give I'd like to give the dog a little small handful of rations.
Yeah, you sort of get down, you squat next to it and get some rations out of your pouch and feed it to it, and it just gobbles them up and just licks your hand and just jumps up on puts its front two paws up on you. It's like a small little like dachshund, just a small dog.
Like a sausage dog.
Yeah.
What should we call you?
And it's just so happy to see you. It's just covering your hands and arms and licking it and stuff like that.
I think we call it Scallywag.
Something does not seem right about this, guys. I know you're happy to see a dog, but nothing's alive in this place for hundreds of years.
And the dog is he's covered in cobwebs and dust and stuff. Like, he's obviously in this house for a little while, but he's not dead. He's not an undead dog. He's not a ghost dog. He's just a dog.
I can only imagine that these things have been breeding in the basement for hundreds of years, and there's thousands of sausage dogs down there.
Cheers,
They've been
America. A litter of puppies.
So this is when I ask, is the campaign as scary as I said it would be? No.
Maybe when the dogs turn into vampire dogs, perhaps.
Yeah.
I raise a hand and I come rushing forward. And I was like, "Oh, I've got just the thing. I've got just the thing." And she's just so excited. She's like stuttering over a word. I've got a spell for this. I've got a spell for this. And she raises her staff and casts Speak with Animals.
Oh, very, very nice.
She's like,
you can pick instantly. You can just all of the little like growls and little noises that it's making it's just like so happy and just absolutely in love with Morley. For basically saving its life. Like it it retells a little, so it's like, as it picks up on that you're talking with it now. And it tells you about how it just escaped its home a few days ago and came into this house and found a way down into the basement and thought that it was a goner until it heard that thump on the wall from Morley and just came running up. It was just so excited. Someone was here to finally save it. And do you have any more food?
I reach into one of my pouches and grab some food for the dog as well. I want to be in the cool club.
Oh, this does it. Like, dog? Yeah. You feed it and it is all over you now. It just scoffs that food down, and it is too, is just jumping up on you and just like, you're amazing. You should. Oh my god. This is the coolest. I just thought I was gone. This is it. This is so good.
Oh, he's such a sweet chap. He said he was trapped in there. But how did you get in there?
This is the ground floor that I found. It was just outside in a little hole, and I sort of dug my way down and found into the bay, down a scary place. But you've saved me. That's amazing. And so you fed me. And I love you. This is great.
I love you too. Oh, he's so cute. But dear, why is it scary down there? What's down there?
There's just like noises and this is scary. Like I don't know. I've never seen anything like anything like that was down there. And this is really scary. I'm good. I'm good now.
Do you have an owner? Do you have a friend?
Yeah. I've like I said, I ran away from home. You probably have to take me back at some point. Because she'll be worried about me.
Well. He says there's something scary down there, but he's not very specific. So
yeah, like he tries to describe something, and just the words, his points of reference is just like he describes like a meat, but not the kind of meat that you want to eat.
Ooh, that does sound scary.
Yeah.
Try.
Clearly, the dog is too young to explain what he's seen. Let's be gone downstairs, Morley. Come on, lead the way.
Oh, well, you're the biggest. I would have thought that you're such a muscle-bound freak. In the nice way.
This is when you I will point out, like the stairwell behind this doorway is really thin. It's the entire sort of area is only about 5 foot across, and so you're going to really have to make your way down single file, and it is pitch dark down there. There's absolutely no sign of light.
Okay, then I'll lead the way, and I'm going to gently push Morley out to the side, grab my mace, Lightbringer. Hey, we have light.
Nice.
And I'm going to start. I'm going to carefully walk my way down. I'm assuming it's very narrow, rickety stairs.
Very narrow. The stairs are made of wood, but the walls are just rock and clay.
Okay.
Yeah, and you're lighting the way down, and you can see your way. Each step is kind of curved. It's a very tight curve, so you're not really seeing very far in front of you at any one point.
At least I'm not falling downstairs.
That is very true.
Yes. Roll dexterity.
I've put your tokens just on the map to the side because we'll let you guys figure out where to place them once things get moving. But I've moved you onto another map, so you should be seeing that now. So, Loris, you get to the bottom. It's like 50 feet that you've gone down via this spiral staircase. And you get to the bottom and you see just this narrow tunnel stretching out in front of you. And it heads off to both your left and right. The moment that you get to this point, you hear this eerie, incessant chant just echoing through this area down here, and you can't really make out which direction it's coming from. It's really faint. All you can hear is the bassy kind of sound of this chant.
can I recognize any of the words, or is it actually words, or is it just a hum?
At this point, it's more of a hum, but it's got a rhythm to it.
Okay.
It's got a beat.
Mm.
And I can't figure out which direction.
No, like you make your way to the edge of that where the corridor splits off in either direction, and it seems to be bouncing around so much that it really could be coming from any direction. How much light does Lightbringer give you? It gives you like 20 feet or something, doesn't it?
I can't remember, and I don't think I've got it written down anywhere.
All right.
Yeah,
Well,
it's 20 feet in each direction.
yeah.
It's the same as the light spell.
Yeah, cool. So I'll just reveal a bit more. You look down to the right and you see that it just disappears off into the darkness, and there seems to be sort of a little entryway on either side of that tunnel as well. You look to the left and it just, the tunnel continues around a corner to the left. But you also notice another that seems to be spidering off in a bunch of different directions.
Okay. Excuse my drawing. I didn't mean that.
I got rid of it.
Thank you.
So who's behind Loris at this point? Morley, is that you? Are you behind? Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, great. And how have the rest of you sort of come down this stairwell? Morley, you've got the dog behind you as well. It's decided to follow you down because he feels a little safer being in your proximity.
Good boy.
I think after seeing Loris head downstairs at Morley's behest, Bill just kind of steps over the dog and is like, "Come on, Morley. I thought you were angry here."
I'm angry, but not stupid.
Claps a hand on his shoulder and kind of shoves him forward.
Yeah, Loris, you no one's really getting past you at this point.
Not out into the thing, like
yeah.
Behind Loris.
I'm just saying, like in general, this is a really tight corridor that you're in. You could probably make your way around each other comfortably enough, but it's probably going to be single file for the majority of this area of wherever it is of this basement. So is there anywhere that you're sort of heading as Loris, or is someone sort of trying to direct Loris, or what are we doing?
Someone needs to tell me where I'm going here. I have no idea.
I have dark vision. Is that going to make a difference down here?
So you got like 60 feet of dark vision, is that right?
Yeah, I think so. Yep.
You take a look down to the right as well as you sort of peek out around the corner of this corridor, and you can see sort of off in the distance the corridor opens up to this room, and there looks to be what seems to be a giant table, and maybe some pillars, sort of filling this. It opens up to this wider room with this big table right in the middle.
Okay. I'm going to kind of whisper back to Bill and see that Loris can hear this as well.
There's a room up there with a bit of a table on it. We can just make out some faint furniture shapes. We think I should go and take a look.
Yep, sounds good.
Come on, Bill.
All right.
I'll reveal a little bit more of this room since you're getting closer. As you walk past this kind of intersection, you get to this intersection, you give it a quick look in each direction, and it looks like there's a couple of stone slabs with names on them. Each direction kind of forks off into two, and on each part of that fork is a stone slab with some sort of writing on it, and it's like a mirror image. Both to your left and right has this kind of system in place.
Do I recognize the language?
Yeah, it looks just to be some names written on these stone slabs. You can go and take a look at them if you'd like.
No, I think I'm going to head to where I can see there's an open space, which is probably a bit safer if something happens.
Okay. All right, so you're sort of going to head down into that open room?
Yeah, just to the very edge and look back and see who's following me.
Oh yeah, cool. What's happening with everyone following from behind?
I get to hear it. I'm just going to call back to a Baron. Which
Yes.
way are we going?
I don't think this was on the house. Was this on the house?
No, this was not on the house.
I have no idea where we're going.
And can we all hear that chanting or
Yeah,
hum or whatever it is?
all of you are hearing that chanting. That's just a really rhythmic, bassy chant that seems to be echoing through the entire place.
Are we getting closer or further away?
It doesn't seem to be changing the direction that you're moving. It still sounds like some of it's coming from behind you. It sounds like some of it's echoing out in front of you as well.
Can I call out to the dog and ask what the boy, do you know what that noise is?
And the dog just looks up at you, sort of like with a quizzical look on its face. It's like, noise?
Well, you can't hear it. Oh.
Where are you, American? Are you still upstairs?
I'm behind Gary.
Oh.
Yeah, so you're close enough, Morley, to see that this room looks to have been at one point a dining hall. There's a big plain wooden table flanked by long benches, basically right in the middle of this thing, and there's humanoid bones strewn across the dirt floor.
Humanoid.
Get into it, scallywag. There's some bones there.
And the dog doesn't.
Scallywag, no.
The dog kind of runs up and starts sniffing around in the bones and doesn't seem to want to do anything with those bones at this point. Just sort of like sniffs them and paws at them, but it just kind of turns back and back down into that little corridor you've come out of. There's a little alcove sort of off to your left as well. I'll just take that for you. And it's a little darker, and there's you mean you're still going from your dark vision, so it's actually probably fine for you and Bill to be able to see in there.
What's going on down there?
Hey, Loris. Shh, Loris.
Bill,
You mind?
what's up?
You mind setting this table up against one of these openings so we don't get surprised from like every angle?
Sure, I can do that. If you move out the way. I mean, I could walk over you if you want me to, but it's probably
No.
not.
That I'll move out the way. It's fine.
How big is the table? Like, it's obviously a dining table. How
It's
much?
a decent size. It's like 10 foot in length.
Okay.
Another classic Bill strategy.
I mean, technically speaking, I can lift. Oh, where is it? One of my Goliath abilities allows me to lift things that are like really big, as if they're nothing at all, pretty much.
I mean,
powerful build.
This table is pretty aged as well, so I don't think it's going to be overly heavy.
Okay.
Bill sees Loris eyeing it up and like kind of getting his position and like looking at it, and he's like, need some help there, big guy?
From you?
Well, I don't know.
Sure. Come and help me balance it while I pick it up.
I'll help him balance it.
So I'm just going to kind of grab it from where it is, and I'm just going to lift it and kind of over to the where is it? Losing my map. Sorry. Just over to this part, that bit there, just so I can block that kind of alcove carefully.
Yeah, there's basically the entrance that was opposite the way that you've entered into this room. It takes you only a couple of minutes before you have that propped up against the wall. You give it a slap, and it seems to be pretty solidly in place there. You can see just over, because it's only maybe about 2 foot. How are you balancing it? Are you just trying to block the entire thing? Or
I'm assuming it's not as wide. So the entranceway is like 5 foot wide, right? So and the table is what, 10 foot long by
but by about
5 foot?
about by 3 or 4 foot.
So so I've put it on its side.
Mm-hmm.
so widthwise, so it's like 3 foot high, 10 foot wide. So it'd be an obstacle to climb over, basically, rather than blocking the entranceway completely.
Yeah, you block that off, and you sort of have a quick look around that little corner as you do so, and it sort of disappears around another corner. You can't really see much around there, but you feel that you've probably done a pretty good job of at least stopping anything from being able to crawl through this doorway. There's still room between the top of that table and the ceiling or the top of that doorway, but it's it's pretty blocked. Baron, you're still making your way through with Gary, and you take a look either side of this corridor as you do so, and you see these stone slabs with these names written on them as well as you make your way down this corridor.
I'm intrigued.
Okay.
Hey, Gary, what do you think these are?
Gary can't talk, unfortunately, but he does just give you a big shrug. He's like,
I'm gonna signal to American. Hey, I think I've spotted some weird writing with names on. I'm gonna go into this room. Is it just along the wall? Is it these stone?
There's a stone. There's one on your right and one on your left now. So you've taken that as you're walking down the corridor. You've taken a right into this little area. It's these little stone slabs that you can sort of see. So
are these not doors? They're stones.
No, they're little stone slabs.
Okay.
I'm going to follow Baron Byram, and I'm going to be like, stone slabs? Is it a hinge? Oh, I love a good hinge.
You check out that one, American. That could be it. And I'll check out this one. What does your one look like? You
sort of say that to American, and you bring your view back to the slab, and you see. Oh, do you have some sort of light source first?
Yeah, I've cast light on
perfect.
my glass staff.
Okay, cool. The moment you look at that stone slab, you kind of feel a little ill. Not in a not like dread or anything. You kind of feel like a sadness.
I have a fever.
And it's just got Thornbolt Durst written on this slab.
Is that the only name that's written on it?
On that slab, yeah. American.
Is it written nicely, or is it just?
Yeah, it's been carved really nicely.
Okay.
American, were you following Baron's sort of cue there? You make your way into that little alcove as well and take a look, and you see Rosavelda Durst written again, carved into the stone slab.
Oh, how awful! It's the graves for those little cherubs.
I think
because their bones are upstairs. Is it just a plaque, or it seems odd?
Is it possibly a family crypt or something?
Yes, must be. Does this look like a crypt?
Is it crypty?
What are you kind of looking for? What does a crypt look like for the Baron?
Well, there'll be lots of decoration, like nicely carved names on stones. What the?
Yeah, does it seem like it's like intentional, like a place of honor to rest a dead body, or is it just sort of there?
I mean, you remember that there's another sort of mirror image to this on the other side of the.
If those ones look like, say, the parents' names, we might be onto something. I'm gonna walk over to the other end of the mirror.
Yeah, you walk over it.
You've got the deed, don't you?
Pardon?
Yeah.
You've got the deed to the house.
Yeah,
you know all the names.
Technically, I own this.
Yes, that's how it works.
Gonna kick out these interlopers or squatters.
Let's kick out these ghost squatters and make it our own.
Airbnb.
D&D.
Oh,
Hey!
Oh.
Shannon, Baron, you make your way over, and as expected, the stone slab to the left has the name Gustav Durst, and the one on the right, Elizabeth Durst.
Can I knock on them? Do they sound like they're hollow? Is there anything behind it? Do you think?
You give it a knock, and it doesn't sound like it's made of stone, but it doesn't. It sounds like a little echoey. It sounds like something's behind there.
American, I think. Can you hear that?
I can hear that.
It's hollow.
Oh.
Can I like pull it open like one of those mortuaries.
Yeah, which one are you wanting to open?
Gustav.
Gustav's. That's to the,
Durst.
that's just a bit. That's a bit here. This one. Gustav's
Okay.
one.
Yeah. At the top right.
Yeah, give us a strength check. You're gonna need to roll pretty high for this one. I'm gonna say you're gonna need to do at least a 15.
Oh. Okay. Okay. Well, I'm gonna roll it.
I can help.
I got a 7 minus 1.
Minus one.
Oh, you're helping.
Oh yeah, okay. We'll roll with advantage then if American's helping out.
Yes, please.
Ooh, an 18
Minus
17.
1. Nice. Yeah. Okay.
Feel that. Yeah,
You
that
start.
exercise.
You grab onto it and you're trying to move it and it's just not budging. American comes in and just gives you a bit of a help as you move that stone slab away, revealing
What noise does it make when you reveal it?
I don't know.
Puppies.
Behind you, it opens up and there's just a small sort of 5x10 room. And there in the back is just an open, empty coffin.
Well, it's a coffin, American.
Yes.
I don't know what everyone else is doing, but what I would do is eventually just open it up. But I don't want to.
Oh, it's already open. It's open and it's empty.
Oh, open
Does
it.
it look like it's been used?
It's just filled with dust.
Perhaps this is where we should be returning the children's bodies to once we've taken care of these monsters or whatever
And the
might be down
parents,
here.
by the looks of it.
Okay, well, let's go back to Morley in this dining area. What's Morley up to?
I would like to investigate this kind of alcove here, just very briefly, to see if there's anything of interest. It seems weird that there would be a little cubic or cube-sized cutaway in this room.
I guess it is a little strange. Let's have a look. I'm just bringing up some details for that. So are you just sort of walking into it and doing anything in particular? Are you looking for anything?
I'm looking at the walls to see if there's any inscriptions or any kind of, like, I've seen so far 2 hidden kind of doors in this house with kind of seams. So I would like to kind of be very carefully looking at the walls to see if there's any more seamage.
More seamage. There's
Technical term.
Yeah, you make your way towards that small alcove, and before you can really get up close to it, you look up and this thing just drops from the ceiling down and lands kind of in front of you. And this thing is all just tentacles and like suction things on the ends of its tentacles. But it's
my god, it's an octopus!
and it just rears up and its barbed tentacles just unfurl. And it's a decent size. This thing it's got a body sort of trailing off behind it of a good 5 or 10 feet. And this thing just launches at you.
I'm gonna try and, like, as it's dropped, I would like to have thought that I could at least draw my short sword and have it out in front of me.
Okay, yeah. Okay, you've got that in front of you. But we will get a roll of initiative from everyone.
Click your token.
Is there any way anyone can roll for me? My roll 20? That sucks.
Just give me a D20 and we'll add your dex onto it. You know your dex?
Oh!
I want to say 2 or 3.
Okay.
The whole hand.
Do you have? Oh, you don't have a D20 either. Someone without a dice.
What?
Can someone roll a D20 for?
I can roll one. I love this shit. You got
Yes. Thanks a lot.
Plus 1.
No, but it's worth it. That cam is amazing. My favorite part is when the giant hand comes in and takes it away. That's the favorite part for me.
So what did you roll? Sorry, Shannon.
Sweet 2.
Okay, sweet. So we'll give you a 5 with your. I assume you've got a dex of like 3 or something, right?
Yeah, it's 2 or 3.
Okay, cool. I'm just gonna get to Morley, who's like, I don't think Bill's probably really noticed that. He might have heard like a yipe from Morley, but Morley, well, you've pulled out whatever weapon you're after. Yeah. What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna try and like you said, it kind of opened its kind of jaws, like rearing
It
back.
unfurled all of these tentacles and opened this disgusting looking beak and just sort of like shrieked out at you.
I would like to kind of lunge my short sword into its open, gaping mouth.
Okay.
This could prove stupid. I've just realized, but I'm going with it.
Oh,
Like, do you want me to roll for the short sword?
Yeah, just
Okay.
yeah, roll for short sword.
Oh,
Oh, beautiful. That is a crit success. And doing a total of 9 damage, which is great. Yeah, you just jab this thing right into its stupid beak when it opens up. And you just like stop it, and it's trying to bite down on this thing and it just can't get loose, and you withdraw it and blood just sprays out of its mouth. But it just closes its beak really quickly, and blood kind of like starts pouring out of it. Anything else?
I'm going to step away back to kind of like backing up into Loris. Like I wouldn't have seen Loris behind me, but I'm kind of like backing up against him.
Okay, cool.
Not on purpose. Not on purpose.
Yeah, we'll go back to Bill now. Bill, you've just seen Morley slash out this thing and back up, and you kind of just poke your head around the corner and just see this ball of just tentacles just taking up this entire alcove.
I just call out. Sea monsters underground. You gotta be squidding me.
Yikes.
Squidding me.
That really hurt.
And he needs to make a wisdom save.
Okay. Let's see
Does he
if
though for that?
Yeah, really. He fails, he just cracks up.
He's rolled a total of 14.
Hey.
That is not enough.
Nice.
Sick burn.
What damage are we looking at? Here we go.
He takes 6 psychic damage,
Okay.
and he has disadvantage on his next attack roll.
Okay, cool. Oh, sorry, Loris. I skipped ahead. Loris, it's your turn.
Yes, so Pirate Man's just bumped into me, and I think I was kind of looking down this hallway, just down in front of me. So he's kind of bumped into me, and I'm just spinning around, like to give him a bit of a hey, what the fuck? And as I look past him, I see this thing in front of him. Obviously, with a bit of blood, so I'm going to assume that Morley has attacked it. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to try something, well, not quite different, but I'm going to introduce it differently to what I have done previously. And I'm going to instigate my rage. And basically, Loris is going to, under his breath, is like going to mutter, "By the blood of Luca!" And he's going to then rage on.
Nice.
It's fun. and he's going to launch himself towards the, I don't know what it is, the beaked thing, and he's going to smash into it with his mace.
Yeah, great. Roll to hit.
I gotta find it again. Where is it? There it is. Ragey mace. So Ragey mace rolls down at a 15.
Which is enough.
Oh yes, it does 11 damage.
Yeah, great. That mace just comes down into its like already bleeding beak, and you just crack it. It just cracks wide open, and the tentacles that were up on some of the walls just drop limp to the ground. It's one dead tentacle beast.
Oh, I want to smash it again.
Do it.
There's no need. It's dead. Overkill is overrated.
All right, and that's us. That's a little piece of combat there for you.
Yeah.
I think Mirakin and Baron, you guys have both heard a bit of a commotion coming from that area. You've probably also heard like a heroic cry of like success from Loris, I think.
Okay. Yeah, me and Gary will run in.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
And you
gonna
just
look at it. Oh,
I-
what? Sorry.
I was just going to say, you see this table up against one of the walls. You see this mess of a squid creature in this little alcove.
I'm gonna say, is that a Grick?
It is. It is a Grick.
Or yeah, I was trying to remember the name, like Gimp. Or...
Let's see.
We fought one of these things in Krakow Castle. Remember? It jumped down from a ledge, and it was like 10 feet long. It was like a big snake.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
I remember it being more difficult.
yeah, level 5.
It's the power of 5.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's. I don't think that's the monster though.
Really?
That would be too easy. I mean, our new best friend told us it was like meat. Didn't he say something about bad meat?
Yeah, meat
Wonder
you
if
don't
it's
want to
some
eat.
undead maybe, or
Well,
something
I
horrible.
personally love a bit of octopus. So.
Okay, well, before we move on, I reckon we'll take a little 5-minute break. What do you reckon? Sounds like a good time?
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Yeah.
Chuck you back on the landing page. Cool. You guys found the family crypt. That's pretty cool. That's pretty exciting.
We did it.
We won D&D.
That was all you had to do, actually. That was it.
Problem solved.
And by doing so, you have defeated Strahd.
Yay.
Mm.
I'm playing a mini game of my own called Try to Make Roll20 Work.
What is going on with your machine there? Oh, it
Doesn't
didn't even...
like it.
Even your camera is like lagging behind, and
Yeah, my computer's just not happy at all.
it's
Try
probably
turning off your overlay.
honestly, you need to close a bunch of your Chrome tabs. Chrome is like a CPU monster.
Okay, I'll close them. I was saving those for reference though.
Well, can you save them as bookmarks or something instead of just having them open constantly? Yeah, Chrome sucks. Oh yeah, sorry. It's a beast. But anyway, thanks to everybody who is watching. Let's take a look and see what has been happening in the chat. There's been a lot of stuff in the chat.
Oh, really?
Tell us.
So much that it won't even let me scroll all the way to the top. I know. They like.
Have there been some puns?
Dude, there are like so many puns in our chat. There's like puns all the time in our chat. Chat
Yeah.
is all about the puns. Talking about the kids. Random Origins mentioned that like Bill can cast silence now a lot. I think because Bill was trying to figure out what he wanted to do or talk to with the kids, and I think Random Origins is like he can cast silence, which would have been really funny. Shut the kids, just shut them up. Then
Shut up, kids.
yeah. What about? Oh, Garman mentioned, quoted you saying, "I'm good at skeletons," and then that started a lot of skeleton-based puns.
Okay.
Yeah, but thanks to everyone who's watching. We've had a few extra follows as well, so let's just go through. Thank you to Enton89. Thanks to Lots of Pyro, Sir Brave Scott, Trouble, Shade Mage, Repliforce, Flannel Phantom, which is great. Flannel Phantom. There we go. And Drummers Have Souls. Thank you guys so much for all of your follows. We're actually, and Nix2209 just followed us as well. We're actually so close to like an important number. I think it was like 400. Very close to 400 followers in Twitch. Let's have a quick look and see how we're tracking. 395 we're currently sitting at. So if you're watching and you're not following us, please just get us to that 400 mark. That would be awesome. But also, if you just want to show support, like subscribe. Every cent or dollar that you guys push our way, whether it's via cheering or buying our merch or subscribing, it all goes towards upgrading our gear and letting us do cool things like have good microphones and designing cool merch for you guys, because it's incredibly cool. And yes, Sir Brave Scott, there was a shout out for following. So thank you so much. What else have we got? We've got the Discord as well, which we've got linked down below. Or you can just type in !Discord and it'll give you a link that you can click and come straight to our chat room where we talk about D&D and pretty much everything else as well all the time. All of our previous episodes, including the previous campaign, are on the YouTube link underneath the stream. And is that going to work? Someone wrote that command and it didn't go. It just turned me into a liar. And now it'll work. Yeah, so all of our other episodes are on YouTube. And we've got this slowly being released into podcast format. So we're doing something a bit cooler. Thanks again to the support that you guys have given us has now enabled us to sign up to a place called Zencastr. And it captures all of our audio separately, and then I spend an incredibly long time stitching it together to have just this a podcast that sounds infinitely better than our first campaign. So if you like listening,
it does sound amazingly good though compared to the other one. Compared to like what we sound like now, it sounds 100 times.
Yeah, we're using Whereby for the stream, and we tried to use Zencastr for the stream, and it just there's a lot of crackling and popping, and it just doesn't sound very good.
We'll be able to solve it.
I think we're gonna have to get in touch with their support and see what we're doing wrong. Yeah. The other thing as well, if you've got Amazon Prime or Twitch Prime, that gives you a free subscription every month, so it's not going to cost you. If you've got that, just chuck it our way, and that can help support us to make sure that we can keep this going. Yeah, we're also going to unveil at some point a sort of cheering system. You may notice on the stream at the bottom right, there's a little kind of a hit point counter. Any donation, any cheer, any follow or subscription bumps that down. When it hits the 0 mark, something exciting is going to happen, but we'll introduce what that exciting thing is well before it gets to that 0 mark. So you kind of will get one as just as a little bit of a look as to what that's going to be. But it's going to be cool. It's going to be fun. I think it's going to be fun for people who cheer. I think it's going to be a lot of fun for the players as well. Last campaign, we had a system where when it hit 0 and a certain enemy would spawn. We're not doing that this time. We're going to do something a little different, but it's going to be fun. It's going to be
whether Billy was fun or not.
Sometimes he was fun.
Interesting, but often he would murder me. So
you're only unhappy that he killed you 3 times or twice.
Yeah. I liked Bill. I think we turned Billy into something. We managed to turn him into something good. At first, it was just this annoyance that appeared like literally every session, just to pester. Sometimes multiple times a session. But then I think it turned into something a bit more meaningful.
Billy ended was brilliant.
Yeah, I think we turned that into something that was pretty satisfying.
Yeah.
Check this out. I got a die that I've had for about 25 years or something, but I never get to use it because it's like 30-sided.
Oh, 30-sided.
Oh, D30, awesome.
What board game is that from? Is that like... Hey, nice. 13.
That is awesome.
Can we talk about that dice cam that you've got set up?
It is very cool.
When you see it, or normal?
It's really good. It looks great, and it's not reverse at all.
Okay. Sorry?
You need to get like a croupier's crook to kind of like sweep the dice back off the glass.
Oh yeah, you know what it's called, a croupier. Look at this, a green one. I wonder what. Okay. Okay.
The ghost dice.
A piece of velvet or something soft to roll it on, so it doesn't tinkle.
I like that tinkle. Or is it too loud?
It's not too loud.
If you like it, it's cool. It's just if it was something
like an
to avoid.
Because I did have a little velvet. It looks like
I thought you did in the original picture.
Yeah, little pool table, but it's not as satisfying.
I like that.
I quite like the audio.
Yeah, I think it's great.
It sounds almost like a Foley effect.
Yeah.
Like it sounds like unrealistic. Like it's when I first saw it, I thought it was like it almost seemed like something that Roll20 offered, or some software was doing.
Yeah, it does that on Roll20, doesn't it? It goes boing and then.
Flannel Phantom said, I'm convinced he's just rolling dice into a green screen table and it's him rolling. You're right. That's 100% what it is. He's got a camera, an extra camera set up on the side looking down into a little bowl.
It's the purple dice and it's going in.
There you go. It's pretty awesome. That is,
Really satisfying.
and so everyone else can use physical dice if they want to create another system. Basically replicate Shannon's system by all means.
It's actually simple, but it does go through a magnifying glass and shit like that.
Yeah, sounds dead easy.
When I did it, it was like shit. It was like so far away and blurry and stuff, and then I stuck it on top of a magnifying glass, and it looks like great.
Yeah, it does. That looks seriously good. Do you want to have you chucked an image of your setup on the Discord? That might be cool for. I know you did in one of the private chats, but chuck it up in the main chat for people to see as well, because it's incredibly cool. I just want to say a big thank you to Apex Blackout for following us as well, and Random for giving us a little 200-point cheer. Thank you so much.
And I feel like I just want to say again, I think the reason for our followers and our cheers is actually this Fijoa. The size, the shape, the girth. It's truly incredible.
Okay. Yep. Yes.
It's all about the circumference when it comes to a Fijoa.
Yeah.
Can't quite believe it. I'm done.
Are you though?
No.
Someone said clipped. I think someone just clipped you talking about that, which is great. We're at 397 followers. 3 more. We just need 3 more. If you're watching and you're not following us, just hit the follow button and then donate $400 or something. I don't know. I slipped that in there just to see. People are just like, yeah, okay, I'll click that, and then I'll just donate $400. Wait a minute.
The power of suggestion.
Yeah, you got to try everything at once. Cool. Are you guys ready to jump back in?
Yeah, and let us know if you eat Fijoas where you are, because it's a bit.
We actually do want to know. That's not a bit. We do want to know, actually.
Because a lot of people don't know what it is. It's not an avocado.
Yeah.
Fehoa, as you may know it.
Fehoa.
Or if you're a real freak, a Fijoa.
Oh. When people say that
It's
word
not
to
right.
me out loud, I throw up a little bit. Fijoa. Yuck. Don't say it that way.
It's a Fijoa. It's a Fijoa.
Yeah.
It's amazing that the words that we all get kind of a bit edgy about when people say them wrong or incorrectly, if you want to be grammatically correct.
Like beer.
Well, no, so my bugbears are when people chuck E's in where they shouldn't be, like words like shown and known and all that sort of stuff. When they go showing and known, that drives me absolutely spear.
Do you know they were did have an E, though, Dave? Originally,
yes, but they don't now.
Yeah.
Should we just do another 45 minutes on die and dice?
Die and dice, that's another one. But
I will take that to my grave. It's die. Die is singular.
So let's get back
You
into
only
it.
buy one.
We'll get back into this. We'll put you back into the dungeon.
What, for that convo?
Yeah. I think we do need to get regularly online just to talk some shit and not play D&D, I think. Yeah. Maybe next time someone's
We could
not
play
able
some
to make
online
it.
game that's like really low
Yeah.
low effort or something, and then just talk shit.
Yeah.
Cards Against Humanity online? You must be able to.
oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
possibly.
surely.
Possibly. I'm sure that's set up somewhere.
We could all get like card hands, like dice rollers, like Baron has, and just have our hands like that. That'd be awesome.
You can set one up whenever you like, Dave. I'm all for everyone having their own physical dice roller, I reckon. I think that could be
Yeah,
fun.
sure.
You're like, yeah, okay.
Sure.
That's happening. That was like that was Shannon's roll to see if Dave would do it, and it was a 7. Not very likely.
7 out of 8.
I was still counting it out of 20. Okay,
It's
so
probably better to do it over 100 to get that probability.
all right, well, you guys are all convened in this what used to be this dining room. Again, there's bones. There's bones everywhere. This table is now overturned and pressed up against the corridor to the south. And the other thing I didn't mention, but you've definitely all noticed, is that there are just footprints everywhere, just going in all directions. There's no real rhyme or reason. This area underneath the house has been well used. Start with American, who has what was the dog's name? Scallywag.
Scallywags.
Skelly Bones or Scallywag?
Scallywag.
Scallywag. Scallywag is just sort of sniffing around American's feet at this point.
Well, if it's been 10 minutes, that's only as long as my spell lasts.
Okay.
So it's probably been about 10 minutes.
Yeah, we'll say 10 minutes has passed. Yeah.
Right. All right. Does the dog seem distressed in any way?
Not around you guys. Every time that you got a bit further away from him, he would whimper and come running back behind you lot.
All right. I'm keen to protect Scallywags. Was it Scallywag or Scallywags?
Wag.
Scallywag singular. It's very important.
Like die.
It is.
It's like dice and die. I just can't get it wrong.
Scallywag with an E.
Oh no. I'm going to look around the room and I see that there's sort of a corner around here, and I'm going to cautiously approach with my staff at the ready, looking around for signs of danger and listening out.
Oh my gosh, is your Roll20 working?
Yes, it
Oh
is.
my gosh.
Don't jinx it.
No, I
Don't say it.
won't. I won't. You take a look around that corner and it sort of weaves around sort of an S-bend, and you can see the hint of some steps going further down.
That does seem ominous, so we're probably heading in the right direction. Do we still hear that chanting, or
It is. It's just bouncing off all of the walls.
I'm just going to say out loud, this horrible noise is setting me right on edge. What do you think it could be?
Can you sort of make the sound of what it sounds like, DM, please?
Yeah. Yes, you have to.
I actually, you know what? I actually recorded it, and multiplied it and added reverb effects and made it all bassy. And I can't play it I would love to just like play it for you, but I can't. Bill,
As a musician,
yeah.
can I try to ascertain anything additional about this chanting? Like, I know that we can't pick the direction because it seems to be coming from everywhere, but like, can I pick up on, oh yeah, I've maybe heard that song before, or like, oh, that's like in this key, or
It's this monotone. The only thing that you can pick up is it sounds like multiple voices. That's all you can really pick up. There's some that are maybe a little higher than others, but not by much, because a lot of that treble has been dissipated as it's bounced around this area, and it's just this is really all you can kind of hear, just repeating over and over again. This monotonous drone with just the hint of what you think is a little bit of repetition in the rhythm.
That treble just keeps on getting bounced off these walls and just completely drowned out.
Thanks, David Bowie.
Really boring.
I'm just going to say it sounds very culty. There, I did say it.
I think, Baron, you've sort of remembered that book of the Cult of Osiris there. You picked up a couple of their terms as well.
As soon as well, can I read while walking? I got my light.
Yeah, but yeah, we'll let you do that.
Fast reader.
yeah. I'd say if you want, you could sort of. It'd probably take you a good hour to read the book in its entirety. But if you want to just skim through a few pages, then that might take maybe 5 or 10 minutes.
Can I read while walking, like those guys you see while you're driving along and you see someone walking and reading the world's biggest book? It's always a giant book as well.
Yeah, thankfully this is not a giant. Oh, it's big enough. It's that kind of height. It's a decent sized book. That was for our podcast listeners. I'm just going to say it's about that kind of height. No, about 10 to 20 centimeters, I guess, in height.
Okay.
But yes, you'll be able to read and walk.
Stephen King novel or something. Okay.
American, are you moving on, or are you what are you relaying to these?
I'm going to move on.
Yeah.
From what I've seen here, there's nothing but evil in this house. Be on your guard, everyone.
So are you making your way around that corner?
I will. On guard.
And you've
I
got
agree to Americans telling us to be on our guard while I'm reading my book.
yeah. You can, thanks to your dark vision, you can just see this path. There's a few steps down to this little landing before it turns off to the left, and then further stairs down. That sort of, and the hallway sort of stretches out in front of you, and it looks to open up into some kind of room, sort of maybe 30 feet away from you.
It's massive.
Mm.
Well, I'm just going to keep going.
When you get to the bottom of the first set of yeah. Is anyone following along with American?
I'm getting Gary to hold my book in front of me while I walk.
That's pretty cool.
He's walking backwards.
Mm-hmm.
He can't see behind him. Just be aware of that.
Backwards, it does this all the time.
Right. So you've asked him to just rotate his head around, and he's gone and kind of like twisted his head around, and he's holding the book, but he's walking backwards, but he can see. Okay, we'll let that happen. That's fine. American, you get to the bottom of that first set of stairs, and the chanting gets discernibly louder from the corridor to your left.
Ooh. Is this a door to? Oh, it's a door to my left.
It just opens up. So just a corridor.
I'll peek around it then.
Of
course.
So that you look down that hallway, and it too just sort of extends off into the distance, and there's stairs down, and you don't see what happens at the bottom of the stairs, but there's a wall sort of near the where those stairs are heading anyway.
Okay, I'm going to keep going, but can I prepare a reaction if anything dangerous happens?
Okay, well, because you see that, why don't you give me a perception check?
Okay.
Since you're kind of preparing for something.
Yes, I will.
Bless you.
What was that? I rolled a 13.
13. You're not really seeing. You're looking around. There's nothing really out of the ordinary that you notice. Everything seems to sort of be in order from what you can tell. What did you want to ready, and what were you wanting to ready it for?
I just want to ready a dodge in case anything looms out at me from the darkness unexpectedly.
Okay, what we'll do then is I will get a dexterity check from you just in advance.
Ooh. Please. Okay. Come on. I rolled 22, not bad.
Okay, that's great, and that's probably worthwhile because you take one more step forwards, and you hear this creaking underfoot, and you just dive forwards as this the floor falls away underneath of where you were about to stand, and you see this basically you get a good look at this 10-foot drop, and then underneath the drop, but maybe about 5 foot down from that drop, just a whole bunch of rotten planks, and you can see just past that with your dark vision just a bunch of spikes coming up from underneath those rotten planks, and you've successfully dived across that sort of chunk of the floor.
Ooh, be careful. I'm going to whisper harshly. Stop, Barry. Gary, stop.
And when you get to your feet, this is when you notice the complete absence of all of those footprints. There's just none down this corridor.
Are you okay, American? What the hell?
Thanks to my elven dexterity, I'm fine, thank you.
You need some kind of spell that can find traps.
Oh, if only there was such a thing.
So we'll put you on the other side of the of that little trap there.
I'm just like, how many spell slots do I have?
I'm going to call back to everyone else and say, there's a trap down here.
And everyone.
Okay.
Good.
Good.
Good. I love the
Well,
traps.
I mean, good that we know about it. I'm just going to place my lamp unlit on the legs of this table.
Mm-hmm.
And I imagine that the lamp itself is like cast iron things with like a glass center.
Mm-hmm.
And so what I'm hoping is if anything like does move through this area, move this table that Loris has propped up, that it will fall off and we'll hear like a crashing sound of like iron and glass hitting the floor.
Yeah, perfect. But what's Loris up to?
So while Loris's rage was subsiding, he was basically just smearing the blood of this thing across his chest like he does, because he's been completely basically he smashed it, and as soon as he did, he's like, I haven't done this in ages. So he's like dipped his hand in, he's like, yeah, this is awesome. He's kind of grabbed the beak and he stuffed it in his pouch because he's like, yeah, I want to keep that. And he's kind of looked around and noticed that everyone's kind of gone or heading out the room. He's like, okay, cool, I'll just follow.
Okay.
So he wasn't really paying much attention to what everyone's been doing, and heard mention of trap. It was like that kind of snapped him out of his sort of, oh right, yeah, cool.
The Scallywag has like jumped across this trap to make sure that Mirakin was okay, and it started like looking at her, jumping up and kind of licking at her face just to make sure she's okay. Morley, what's Morley up to? How's he feeling?
Shell shocked from his encounter with the squid-like creature. Less bravado than before. Some of that initial anger of just wanting to get in and like exact some revenge has kind of fallen away a bit, been replaced with a bit of fear. This is not his usual kind of hunting ground, an underground dank dungeon. But just keeping behind the Baron.
Okay.
Yep.
Oh, you're out in front at the moment, Baron.
Do you think? Does it look like I can jump over that trap easily?
Yeah, it's just a 5-foot jump. So with your speed, you'd all be able to leap across that pretty safely.
All right. I'll stop reading for a moment and jump over the trap.
Okay.
Boing.
It could be more.
Yeah, I'm definitely not going first.
You're carrying light. Is that right?
Yes. Yep.
Okay, we'll just reveal a bit further down here. You jump across, and you're still sort of facing south, and you take a look left down this hallway. Let's just make this thing appear.
The heck is that down the hallway?
What you see reminds you of those the zombies that you've fought multiple times, like the zombies at Thunder Tree, a few zombies that you've come across within the not the old Elwell, the Waveko Cave. But there's something more animalistic and human about the thing that is standing there further down the hallway. And you can see like maggots dripping off parts of its body. And it turns to look at you as you look towards it. And it just says, I hope I've got this lined up right. Food.
Oh, hello. Would you like some food? I'm gonna.
So trusting.
Do you have any of that cheese, American? Squeeze out the cheese.
I gave it all to our new best friend.
And just like that, he's just run towards you. And
he's actually running towards Gary.
Well, where are you?
I'm under American because American I assumed had to move forward for me to jump over.
You guys need to
get up to me. That's so strange.
We're two people in the same spot. But yeah, I can be there. I'll move Gary forward and I'll be right there.
Okay.
So he's running at me.
Yeah, and we're gonna need a good old roll for initiative.
Is he running for the cheese?
No, he's.
Does it look like he's running for a hug?
It doesn't look like he's looking for a hug either. Actually, now that I'm looking at it.
I am sick of coming across undead that are just evil.
You're like,
It is
you're
their
making it
default
really
mode,
hard
though,
to advocate for you.
I know.
It's undead like these that just give the rest of them a really bad name.
Yes. Exactly.
And you should be able to even give Gary a initiative roll as well if you select his token and
Oh.
bring up his. He's in this fight.
How do I roll initiative for him though?
Bring up his. If you hold shift and double click his token,
Oh my god!
it should bring up his character sheet,
Shift and double click. It did.
and now you should be able to
Holy shit.
roll for Gary.
Well, it's got
Gary.
attributes. I cannot find a under character sheet. It doesn't. It just has his.
It doesn't have an initiative thing.
Doesn't look like it.
Okay, all right. We'll just roll
I'll
a
roll a
d20 at his dex, and I'll add him in.
Oh, his dex is a 2. So he got a 9 total.
9 total. Cool.
We can see that number, by the way.
What number?
The
Oh.
circle thing.
Oh, can you? Oh, okay, that's right. I can get rid of that. That's just to help me figure out what is when I look at all the information for that room. Cool. Sorry, I'm just having a quick look over this. Great. It is who's at the top of the order? American. You're starting this off, so you've just seen a bit of shock in the Baron's face and heard this thing yell out for food as it came charging towards the Baron.
It's like, no, I don't think he's a friend, Baron.
Oh my god.
I am going to grab my scimitar out. And
From
as my
your-
bonus action, I'm going to grab my other one out.
Oh, nice.
And I'm around the corner from him, around like the corner peeping around.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna do a power squat and like go for the ankles with both scimitars.
All right, great. He's going to be classified as being in like 3/4 cover here. You've got Baron in
that'll
front of
go
you. You've got
well.
the wall in front of you.
Oh shit.
So you can roll. You can roll to hit.
I'm gonna roll to hit. It's gonna go really well. Oh wait, am I rolling at disadvantage? Is that what?
No. You just roll, and you've got to try and beat his adjusted AC.
Oh, okay. So I've rolled a 14 with my first slash, and I've rolled a 24. Oh,
I'm going to say I'm assuming that first one was from the left arm, and it's just you're not being able to really get a good attack. But that your right
must
arm
be
with
it.
the right scimitar just like smashes into its ankle, doing eight damage. Just doing math. Cool. doing 8 damage.
did math.
That was some quick maths. Something -8. Oof. On fire tonight.
That is good.
Is there anything else you wanted to do, American?
Yeah, I'm gonna try and shush the dog away from getting in the mix.
Okay. I think you're gonna spend your you just look down and just go, shh. Is that what?
No,
What are you doing?
I'm not
Roll-
gonna tell him to shush. I'm just trying to dissuade the dog from jumping into battle and becoming our most beloved friend, sacrificing himself. We couldn't have that.
Yeah, the dog is whimpering at the moment and has no intention of getting into any sort of fight.
Okay, good. Mama's here to protect you. What was his name again?
Scallywag.
Skellywag.
Mum is not very
Write it
caring if he doesn't know the
You
name.
have a notebook, right? Write it down.
There we go. Write it down. It is the this creature's.
Fancy.
It is.
No, it's just like, excuse me.
Fuck.
It's this creature's turn, and it's attached to food. It just like.
Someone's having a bad day.
Yeah, this thing is crazy. But the only thing it can really get to is the Baron.
No,
so he's-
it can back up.
where's the fun in backing up?
Quite some decent food.
And he's rolled a 15.
Well, I have an AC of 15 while I have mage armor on.
So that is definitely a hit.
But as it's about to hit, I can lift my glass staff and yell, "Shield!"
Oh, have you got a
Activate
reaction?
shield.
All right.
To stop it.
What does the shield do?
Gives me an extra 5 AC.
Oh, damn, that's all right.
Oh,
So
I've had it since glass staff, and I have never been able to use it because everyone always attacks me with a 26.
Yeah, right. Always, every time.
Every fucking time.
Slashes out with his claws, and you yell shield, and he just gets, it like hits the shield and just bounces its claws off. And it's just looking really confused. He just starts like, at his face, need food. And then you see from behind, just a few more ghouls appearing over his shoulder.
Not good.
Loris,
2 more.
okay.
you've kind of heard from the corridor. You've just sort of set the table up against.
I was going to ask the
hear-
question, what can I hear?
Yeah, you're hearing the shouting coming from that side, but you also heard shit like the Baron yell out "shield" as well, and that sort of came from both directions.
Okay. So I'm thinking I'm just gonna, having heard something come from my right and down that in that area, I'm just gonna sort of, I think the table's low enough for me to sort of just step over. And
we'd classify that as difficult terrain, so that's fine.
Yeah. So I've got 40 feet, so I should be able to, but logically be able to move to basically where Mr. Zombie thing is, not knowing that it's a zombie or anything until I come around the corner and go, what the fuck?
Yeah, this kind of surprises you. You're carrying your mace, the Lightbringer, as you make your way over this table, and you turn right, and you know that the sounds come from that way, and you get yourself to this corner, and you turn, and you're just looking at the side of this ghoul, and you're getting a really good look at the skin and the meat sort of hanging off this creature.
Yeah, that's a kind of gross. So I'm assuming it's obviously because I've still got the light on, because that's kind of my light source at the moment. So I'm assuming it's probably seen me coming, or at least got this bright light in the side of its face.
Yeah.
I'm hoping it turns around and sees me, or at least kind of looks at me, because then I want to go and say morning and smash it in the head.
Morning star.
Yeah, it's just like as the light sort of shines up the side of its face, and you just roll to hit.
Where am I? Oh, I just realized when I did my rage mace, I actually hit the non-rage mace, but never mind. So I get 2 attacks. So the first attack is a 9, and the second one is a 15.
Okay, well the 15 and the second swipe hits. The first one, I guess it's because of the surprise of this thing in front of you, and you swipe out. Merkin, you had your hand up.
Just a quick question. You said we're doing wood. Oh, sorry. I was just thinking about rules, and it's not flanking because you have to have it on both sides. Eh?
That's correct.
Yeah,
sorry.
Flanking rules came into my mind, but then 3 others appeared, and I was like,
yeah. But that second swipe just clangs into the side of this thing's head, doing some decent, like, you feel like you may have actually cracked some of its skull. It was a lot softer than you might have originally thought. And you knock it a bit off balance, and you see past it. And this corridor just keeps going past. And just on the other side of this ghoul is another one just looking directly at you. Just with like, it's just got like a bone in its mouth. It's just been like gnawing on this bone. Is there anything else you wanted to do, Loris?
No, I'm good. I'm in my element.
Cool. Morley, you've just seen Loris just take off over the table.
Yeah. I'm a bit confused by that, and I've heard like a lot of hooting and hollering going this way.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to move around here, mindful of the trap that Merkin warned us of.
Yeah, and you can see it. You can see it as well.
Do I have a clear shot at this freak that's attacking Baron from here?
No,
he's round a corner.
From that position, you really can't see much. You could probably jump and share a square with one of those people, but you'd end up. It's going to be a pretty tight fit. You'd both end up with disadvantage on any attacks.
Okay. With that in mind, I'm going to pull out my crossbow and load it, and just keep it drawn, pointed at this kind of corner in here, and that's going to be my turn.
Cool. So are you readying attack for if you see something?
Yeah, if I see
Wait
the
a minute.
creature kind of pop its eyes out, that's when I'm going to squeeze the trigger on my crossbow.
I'm reminiscing to you shooting into a group of people in a different game we played, and it just didn't go so great for me.
I didn't have dark vision then.
That's a good point. Okay. Baron, we're over to you.
Okay. I am going to reach into my pocket, pull out some chalky looking dust, and raise it to my mouth and blow it into the face of this thing. That
Poison
is
spray.
poison spray.
Cool.
And that means that he has to roll a DC 15 Constitution save.
Or what? Like, what happens to him if he fails this?
He takes 16 poison damage.
16.
He's rolled so what was it, a Constitution? 19 total.
Okay, well then I don't think he takes half damage. Or does he? I don't know.
I will say he doesn't take any damage.
Yep.
At all.
Of course he doesn't.
Yeah.
I am going to move away from him.
Yeah.
Past Gary. Excuse me, Gary.
I think at this point, the Baron would absolutely write into his notebook that he knows that poison seems to have no effect on the dead.
Yep, I forget. I'm supposed to be an undead expert, and I just treat them as nice, real people that
that can be hurt with poison.
can be it. I couldn't do much of that.
I don't
range
see
and-
color.
Yeah. Anything else?
I see he's undead. I just forget that he's. Yeah. So yeah, I guess I take an opportunity attack against me.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We haven't had one of those in quite some time. And he does. He swipes out with his claws as you sort of start disappearing out of view, and he misses completely with a 6.
Oof.
Cool. And we'll move over to Bill. Lots of commotion. You've heard pretty much all of the sounds of combat going on.
Did I hear what happened with the cheese?
With the cheese.
The cheese. He offered him cheese. It didn't work.
Yeah.
Baron offered the zombie cheese.
I didn't know if he was actually being serious with that offer or not. So let's say he was, and yes, you heard him offering cheese.
I'm just gonna poke my head around the corner and just say, "Who doesn't like cheese? Are you some kind of curmudgeon?"
Oh no.
And then I'm gonna run. So that's vicious mockery. He needs to make a wisdom save.
Now I had a look at vicious mockery, Bill. You do need to see the person that you're doing vicious mockery on. I had a look at this because I was like, this is too overpowered. It can't just hear. It has to be within line of sight.
True. Yeah, I can see within range. Yeah, okay. So I just call that down the hall.
I wasn't even attacking anyway. I was just wanted to make a joke.
And then I got to run back to where the table is.
Okay.
I'm not going to vault it.
Cool.
Because I can see this Goliath head on the other side.
Mm-hmm.
But then I am just going to sing out to him. And I'm just going to say, everyone's watching to see what you will do. Everyone's looking to you, Los. Everyone's wondering, will you chop some heads tonight? Everyone's trying to start a fight. And I hope he feels inspired.
Before we continue, is anyone else, is Mirakin, Loris, and Shannon working for everyone else, or is it just me that they're broken for?
They're broken for me as well.
Yeah, broken for me.
No.
Could you three, without, let's just try and fix this. Don't close Zencast, but please refresh whereby.
Now DM's gone.
Am I gone as well? Okay. Well,
It's just you and me now.
Can you hear?
join with with mic on. And I'm just going to change back to the old version. Sorry for this, viewers. Hopefully that's all working again now.
I don't know. Can anyone hear me?
I can. I can
hear
hear
you.
and see you.
Promising.
Shannon and Loris. Loris is back. Loris is back.
Hey, sorry.
But we can't. Like Baron is still not on.
Trying to rejoin. Anyway, it was a never to be repeated again song.
And a 1, and a
It
2.
was okay. It was great. I'm totally inspired by the song.
Are you
Okay.
saying that it crashed the computer? Is that what you're saying?
Can't hear anyone. Crap.
All right. So
I
you
don't want
can't.
to say it was good, but
Internet is down.
American can't hear anyone at the moment.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Let's just wait a little bit. See if we. can
American's
get this
moving at like 5 frames per second as well.
Yeah. I can't. Well, hopefully you're trying to do something to fix that. Oh,
Nope, God.
as long as she hasn't closed Zencaster. No. Okay, good. I learned that if you just close Zencaster, I think everything breaks. So
Yeah, it would.
Yeah.
Is it Gary's turn?
must be Gary's turn.
Sorry, it is Gary's turn. So, sorry, Bill, was there anything else you wanted to do? You've inspired
no, that
Loris?
was both of my.
Okay, cool.
Thanks.
Gary, it's Gary's turn. Everyone.
Gary.
Gary.
No, that was Barry that did that.
I know. It was.
Okay, so I'm going to tell Gary, get him, Gary. But
Go get him, Gary.
stay where you are, but hit him with that short sword. And he has a melee attack, which is +4.
Okay. You should be able to click on Gary's thing if you want it, or you can roll. You can do that.
So 16.
Total of 16. Now it is within sort of half cover there as well.
Oh, okay.
Unless Gary wanted to move out in front of.
He'll move in, attack, and then move back. So he's not actually going out of range.
Yeah. Okay, that's cool. So
Just to clear, just to get his shoulder around the corner, I think.
Yeah, he runs in with his short sword and just kind of like just flails, just like slams it down into this ghoul. It's a hit. So what sort of
it
damage?
does 1d6 +2, so 5 + 2, 7.
7 damage.
That's quick math.
Reagan, did you see the call for help?
Yeah. Well, look, we'll take. Oh, wait, she is.
Oh, wait.
Yay,
back.
she's here.
Back?
Yeah.
Yay.
Oh my lord!
All you missed.
What happened without me? Is my character still alive?
No,
No, we killed
everyone's dead actually.
That's okay. I
Yeah.
expected that.
What's the song?
Oh, well,
Scallywag turned on you.
We lost C&D.
I just need to make sure everything's all right. Everyone's still recording. Cool. You missed Gary doing a sweet attack on the ghoul with his
He
sword.
stabbed him.
Aw,
7
good boy.
damage.
Yeah. Is there anything else from Gary?
No, he just moves back to cover me
crap, I
and leave
can't
a
hear
gap
anyone
for him
anymore.
so that I'm going to yell out to American. Oh, American, I can't hear me.
Can you not hear
Yeah.
us?
Turn off the face thing and everything else.
All right, we could just wait a little bit. This isn't good. This is
Maybe American should use
is
minimal
gonna need some great
spec
editing.
stuff for now.
yeah. Might have to.
Turn off the face thing, which I bet that uses CPU like nuts.
I bet the 50
Yeah, I
tabs
think
she's got
the-
open does as well.
Yeah.
I thought she closed.
I think the 50 tabs probably do more damage.
Well, that's
than
RAM.
using
It's not
Snapchat.
really using your CPU.
True.
It depends on what she's got running in the background.
Yeah.
Because I'm running, I've literally got this, I think the same machine as her, and I'm running the same things as far
Right.
as Snapcam and all that sort of stuff. And
Exactly. Yeah.
She's got a
Um,
USB mic. I wonder if that.
I'm
is
just gonna
the-
mute for a bit.
That
I'm
could
gonna
be
go
it.
see if I can
Okay.
fix this. You guys entertain the chat. Chat away.
okay, bye. Okay, bye. And we go dead silent.
Fine.
So what's happening in the chat world? I haven't been watching.
Who's clicking a pen?
That was me. Sorry, bad habit.
For God's
Welcome
sakes.
back to.
These are the
Pen
things you have to
click chat.
watch out with when you tell me to take notes. It gives me something to fidget with, and it's old room.
Ooh.
Hi,
Hello.
yay!
Try turning off your
Switch back.
your snap cam.
Oh no, gone.
Oh no, probably go into old version.
Yeah, old version.
Whereby. There we go.
1, 2, 3. Everybody. No.
Well, there's
No.
a chat.
Yes, Mario says, when is a pixie not a pixie?
Oh, I know this one. When
When
got
is a
its
pixie not a
head-
pixie?
It's when it's got its
Go to
head up
camp.
a fairy's dress and then it's a goblin.
Son of a bitch.
Oh, yeah, that's brilliant.
You must
Change
remember
video
that.
quality to low.
Yeah, that's fine.
What are we laughing
Is
at?
everyone is
Oh,
it
joke.
thumbs up?
A
Someone
joke.
told
It
a
was
bawdy
brilliant.
joke.
A pixie
I think
joke.
it's something
Oh.
that,
Because Mario says, Shannon is correct and wins.
Thank you.
that's something that can Bill use that
I
at
can
some point?
hear.
'Cause that is brilliant.
I think I've actually already used that one.
Really?
I remember
Yeah.
telling that in our old D&D.
Yeah.
Oh,
I've known
I
that.
I think you told
College.
that way before our original D&D too.
Probably.
It's a good
it's got
one.
a lot of
You
it's
always
got a
gotta
lot
have
of
pixie
reuse
jokes.
quality.
Yep.
It's better
It
if
is
it's when you
fantastic.
hear it.
Oh, I've never used it.
It's the only joke I can remember.
I searched my log. I've never
Oh,
used that
You
joke.
searched your
Which-
It
log.
has to
joke?
be used. When is a pixie
you'll
not a
have to
pixie?
find out later.
When
Yeah.
is a pixie not? I haven't heard that one.
Oh,
You have to find out in the
Yep.
podcast when you're editing it for 8 hours.
I know. Because, yeah, I was like, sweet, this one's running really well. I'll have less to really have to edit, and now I just have to
No,
try and
it
cut
is
out
so much.
big chunks.
Oh, tech support.
Yeah,
Oh
at
god,
least
I'm so
chunks is easy.
stressful.
Easier than
When is
little
a
bits.
pixie not a pixie? When Shannon is correct and wins. Okay, well, that was a terrible punchline.
I don't know.
Joe, can you hear us?
I don't,
I can hear.
Okay, cool.
yay,
All right.
it's your turn.
Stay working, you dumb thing.
Okay.
So
Well,
stressful.
it's working now, so it's hopefully
Yeah,
less
it's good.
stressful. Mirakin, you've just seen Gary just jump out in front of you, attack this ghoul, and then bounce back into the sort of opposite side of the opening.
I'm going to yell out at that point, leave a gap for the monster to run into, and then we'll be able to stab it on both sides.
That's to you, Mirakin.
Oh,
Yeah,
what
did
do you think? I
did
should
you hear
leave
me?
a gap for the monster to run
Let the
into.
monster run in so that we can stab it from both sides.
Okay. I like that plan.
Cool.
But I do have something that I'd like to do, which I think will probably be hopefully cool.
Ooh.
I'm
All
going
ears.
to disconnect and not be able to get back into the chat room.
What?
It's cool.
Oh,
That
It's
sounds
pretty
like
cool when I
it
did
sounds like a
that.
terrible spell.
It's a very meta spell.
It's like a level 3 one
Um,
as well. It's just a waste of a spell slot.
yeah.
detect trap. Detect the trap you found.
Yeah.
I found it,
No.
guys.
I am actually going to raise my staff to the sky, and I'm gonna go yell out, "Stay back! There's no food for you here!" And I'm gonna cast Thunder Wave
Oh,
at
my.
level 3, and I'm gonna try and push
What?
that Thunder Wave cracking down that hallway. A
Yes.
wave of thunderous force sweeps out from me.
In a 15-foot cube.
So, oh god, if I kill Baron, so
You're gonna kill
I don't even know how
everyone.
this.
All right,
works.
so
Watch out for
I'm
Gary.
15 feet. Fuck.
are
I'm
you
trying to get that one in the back. Shit.
it won't travel through walls, Laura, so I think you'll be fine. But the
Thank God for that.
the ghoul closest to Mirakin and the ghoul next to you, Loris, are going to have to make a Constitution saving throw. So we'll do one each for them. One does.
Does the narrow walls like amplify it? Like, you know, sound and stuff in a narrow wall, it like when it sort of sound waves compresses, it just echoes and stuff.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, how are the acoustics?
Yeah.
The ghoul
Terrible,
closest
terrible.
the ghoul closest to you fails, and the one closest to Loris manages to pass. So what is it? So a 2d8 thunder damage.
Yep.
Can you give me a 2d8, please?
Ooh, yes, I can. I've rolled a 6.
Okay, yeah. So the
Not very good.
the ghoul
really.
closest to you is the one that failed, and it just gets pushed back onto its back with
Whoa.
such force that its joint, its like limbs all just separate from its body, and it lands in pieces next to the the ghoul behind it. But the ghoul behind managed to save, but it still gets hit by this thing and takes a bit of damage, but it doesn't get pushed off its feet. Morley, Gary, and the Baron, I'm going to need a Constitution saving throw from the three of you.
Silly.
Uh-oh.
Okay, I know where to do this.
Friendly fire.
I'm like,
Yeah.
sorry.
Con save. Okay, let's see.
Oh,
I got an 11.
Plus or minus anything?
Yeah, that was a plus with +1.
Okay, so it's a 12. Was that for you or for Gary?
It was for me.
Okay.
And Gary's got a +2 con. So he got a 4 total.
Okay. So
damn. Oh my god.
all three of you fail. Morley, you just get blasted against the wall behind you, back into the intersection of that corridor, and you take 8 damage as you smack into that wall. Both Gary just slams into Baron, and the Baron gets slammed up against the wall, and both of you take 8 damage as well.
Oh,
Is he
no,
still
Gary.
holding the book?
I think he's dropped the book at this point.
No, not the book. Oh no, this is the worst. This is why you have to read your freaking spells a bit more.
Yeah.
I like how it started with, I've got something cool too.
I know. How did I not know this would just go horribly
Guys,
wrong?
I've got some really cool shit about to go down. It's
Damn.
called damage.
It's called wrecking everyone's shit except the enemies. Yeah.
You killed one and damaged another. Is there anything else?
It's a bit of collateral damage.
If they save, they take half the amount of damage.
Yeah, so-
the other one in the back takes what?
Yeah.
3 damage.
Oh, was it? How much did you roll? Was it? Oh, you guys take 6 damage each, not 8. Sorry, 6 damage each.
Oh, 6.
Sorry.
All right. That makes a difference for Gary.
Yeah, a bit.
Gary's
Now he's
Gary's
got
like on
4
4 or
HP
5 now,
left.
yeah.
It's also worth noting that the spell actually makes a thunderous boom.
Oh yeah, this thing just
So if anyone
crashed
didn't
out.
know we're here, they actually know we're here now. So basically a very bad decision on my part.
Yeah. Yep.
The DM agrees with you. Well done.
Yes.
Well,
I mean, yeah.
It's now the ghoul's turn. The one next to Loris just launches at him with teeth, trying to bite into his face. He rolls a 9. I just don't think he can. I don't think he can reach. He's just kind of like jumping and trying to snap at your face, and just missing completely. The ghoul behind him squeezes past the ghoul and just charges down this corridor, and swipes out at American, who, because Gary has. I'm just going to move Gary a little bit down.
Sorry, Gary.
So
I thought I could aim it down the hallway, Gary. I'm sorry. I thought it was a perfect avenue for it.
And this thing with its claws out just swipes out American. Rolling a crit fail. So what I think what this ghoul does is it's running down the stairs with its claws out, and just as it hits it tries to swipe out, but trips and just face plants the wall right in front of it, just crashes skull first into this wall, doing 6 damage to itself.
Damn.
Now, jeez.
Uh,
It's interesting how the walls end up doing more damage than we do.
sometimes,
I love
yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Love it.
And this other ghoul is trying to swipe out at Loris with its claws from around the corner. So what's your AC, Dave? Because we're gonna add 2 to it.
It's currently set at 17.
It rolls a 19. So even with the +2, he does manage to hit, slashing one of your forearms for 8 damage.
Oh, ow!
Yeah.
Bit of a oh god, math.
Take off 10 and then add 2.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
number hex.
Number hacks.
Right.
Loris, it's over to you.
All right. So hold on, I'm just doing my damage across the board here. I should have just done it in D&D Beyond, and I would have got the answer rather than trying to make my brain do the work.
Make your brain do the work.
Yeah, I do that all day. Yeah, so having this thing swipe at me from around the room, and my arm's just been kind of grazed. So but pull back. I'm still. That's just kind of annoyed me a bit. So I don't like taking damage, and I don't like getting hit from something from around the side. Just be a man, take me on. So I'm just sort of like, for Lucas, ghost, and I'm raged again.
Nice, kicking into rage.
And I'm going to smash with my mace the guy in front of me. I'm just going to come clubbing down on his head with as much force as I can possibly muster.
It's a girl. No, I don't
I don't care what it is. It's dead as far as I'm concerned. It's just, let's not get into semantics here.
Gender, my ghoul.
I'm sure the Baron would care. I roll a
I would.
17, doing 9 damage.
Oh wow, yeah. Okay, so that definitely hits. And this thing is looking pretty light on its feet at the moment. It's also now missing a jaw.
And to finish him off, I'd like to basically just swing my mace in as much as I can across its middle, in the aim that I do so much damage that I end up hitting the one beside it as
cool.
well.
Cool.
That's my plan. Hang on, I hope I roll this right. Here we go. Fingers crossed. I roll a 14. Damn it.
A 14 is enough.
Ooh.
Oh yes, and it does 12 damage.
Yeah, that's great. So
That's
you
what I was
just
hoping.
you just bring it through that one, and it just like separates in the middle. It kind of carves off all of the flesh out of its midriff, and it just topples dead into the corridor behind you. And you just follow through and just strike this other one next to it, right into the ribs, doing a further 10 damage to the one next to it. So that is dead, and he's fallen off into there. Anything else from Loris?
So I will just step into the hallway, so I'm facing front on my attacker, because that's what we do.
Yeah, that sounds good. Morley, we're back with you. I'm going to give you your reaction, because you've been sort of eyeing up that corridor for a ghoul. So we'll give you your reaction first as you see this ghoul just crash into the wall in front of American.
Yeah, I was thrown up against that wall myself.
True.
So dusting myself off from that, I'm going to imagine that would have ruined my ready action.
Actually, that's a good point. Yeah, you have had that ready action knocked away from you now.
Who would do such a thing?
But nevertheless, very impressed at what emerged from Mariquin. A bit of a Yas Queen moment.
No, Queen, don't do that.
Can you stop hurting me?
So I'm kind of coughing and spluttering from being knocked into the wall, but I do kind of raise my crossbow up. Now, if last time gave you flashbacks to Call of Cthulhu American, this should really make you nervous.
Bounce it off the ceiling.
Crit fail.
I kind
Crit
of reversed
fail.
the roles there by actually hurting you, and so I think we're even now.
Well, no better time to start racking up some hate on the ledger again. I'm going to see if I can take a shot at this creature that's now in the hallway, aiming past American if I can.
It's gonna be classified as half cover, so it's gonna be a little harder to hit. So just give us a roll.
Do not crit fail. Oh, nice.
17 total. Yeah, that's a hit. 3 damage.
Hang on. Can I use sneak attack, because I think I get to do an extra 3d6 damage if there's another enemy of my enemy within 5 feet.
Does it have to have been a surprise attack, or is it just, I think it's just anything, isn't it? If there's
if there's an enemy there, then
An enemy of my enemy? Wait.
So basically,
That's my friend.
yeah.
But no one's within 5 feet of you.
No, there's someone within 5 feet of who he's aiming at.
Yeah.
You.
So you're in 5 feet of his enemy, therefore you can do a sneak attack.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Give us the sneak attack as well.
It's a roguish thing.
Nice. Total of 7 on top of your 3, so total of 10 damage. Yeah, this bolt just zips past American's sort of ear, basically, just like straight past my hair, kicks up as the crossbow bolt just flies straight into the side of the jaw of this ghoul, dislodging the bone that it had in its mouth, and it's now sort of like chewing down on this bolt through broken teeth.
Beautiful.
Anything else from Morley?
No, that's it.
Okay, perfect. Shannon, back to you. You've just been like blasted against this wall.
Yeah, slammed against the wall.
Sorry.
Can I do that?
That was my bad. Yeah. Did I do that?
Okay, I'm winded. Oh, what was that? I'm gonna
Doing
shake my head. Where did that come from? I'm gonna look at the thing that I can see is attacking American, and I'm gonna cast Chill Touch with 10 plus, so 17.
Oh right,
At
yeah.
advantage because he's flanked. Is that how it works?
Well, he's not flanked yet. He's got to be right up against him to get
I
that
see.
flanking.
He has to be
Okay.
sandwiched, huh?
And now, so that I guess that hits.
Yeah, 17 is a hit.
Cool. Now I'm going to do 2d8 damage. Oh, 9 damage.
Oh, 9 damage. Nice. Yeah, that basically a bolt hits him from one side, and what is normally quite a spectral looking hand is suddenly quite skeletal and different to what you're used to, Baron. And this thing just comes rushing in from the other side. The bolt is in one jaw, and the other one just grabs onto the head, and it just melts. It does so much necrotic damage that the head and the bolt just sort of like explode, and it just is a goopy mess on the ground on the floor next to American.
It's a shame you could have had a good undeath.
Yeah.
Has to be an asshole.
Yeah. Yeah. Cool. Anything else from the Baron?
Nope.
Cool. Bill.
Bill takes a step back away from the table, lines it up, gets ready,
Oh god.
and attempts to vault it.
Oh yeah, okay. Because you put it that way, I am going to need an athletics check. Or acrobatics. Either you can choose.
I'm gonna choose acrobatics.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
It's an 8 total.
Yeah. You don't do it elegantly. Like you make it over the table, but you catch your like shin on the edge of it and sort of like topple down over it. You don't hurt yourself majorly. It's mainly just there's no damage, no hit point damage or anything. And then you take a second to get back onto your feet on the other side of this table. Also, by the way, the lantern falls and shatters.
I just look around to see if anybody saw
No one saw.
while I'm clutching my shin. Just like, okay. And then I limp forward next to Loris, and I'm just going to try to stab this guy with my rapier.
Yeah. So he's going to be in 3/4 coverage from there, just with Loris in the way, with the wall in the way. So you can definitely roll to hit.
Sure. Say 20.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that is great. I don't know how you managed to just like whip that rapier around the corner. I guess there's a bit of flex to it, and just like slices this massive chunk out of the bicep of this creature, doing like 10 damage to this ghoul. Anything else from Bill?
That's me.
Gary
Not
is.
that it mattered, but he had advantage on that as well because he was in 5 feet of me. But
Ah,
not
right,
that
of
it
course.
mattered.
Oh, it does matter.
Yeah, give us
So
another roll. You
okay.
might get a crit.
Roll it
You might-
again,
you
sorry,
might get
yeah.
a crit. We'll just stick with what we have.
Cut that bit out of the podcast.
Yeah. Gary.
It was
is-
a 11, by the way, for anyone
Yeah.
listening.
Sorry, yeah. Gary is now kind of he's hit you and rolled off down some stairs to your left, Baron.
Yeah, what can he see? Gary's a character.
Well, he doesn't unless he's going to tell you what he sees,
He would.
and he can't speak common. He can't speak anything. Sorry.
He's a master of mime.
yeah.
Yeah, so I just don't know what to do with Gary if I can't see. So there's nothing. I guess there's nothing getting his attention.
I mean,
so-
you can see that like there's further steps down.
Yeah.
In front of Gary.
Okay.
Because you're right
So-
next to him. You can see that.
Gary's gonna run up here. 5, 10, 20. I think he can get to here. Oh, where he's disappeared.
There.
Oh, yeah, was he there? Okay, no, he's going to go there to the right of Loris, just to the south of Loris, and he's going to try and get this guy with a short sword.
Okay, give us a roll
with advantage.
with advantage.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's +4. He gets 5 + 4. Great roll, and a 12 + 4. Okay.
Yeah, so that second
16.
one is a hit, so 16 is a hit.
And then he can do 1d6 + 2. So he does 6 damage.
Yeah, great. The slashing out from that thing just knocks further into that wound from Bill, and it just opens it up, and it topples down to the ground, dead.
Yes, Gary.
Yay, Gary!
Loris, can I get a Constitution roll from you?
Sure. Constitution save or just a
A
Constitution
Constitution saving throw, please.
roll? Okay, that's good. I roll. Oh god, not so good. But rolled an 8.
Yeah, you've noticed that your right hand or your main it would have been your left hand, your left arm, the one that got sliced open by one of these ghouls, is just starting to lose feeling. And within a few seconds now, you lose all ability to move that arm. It is now just completely numb and hanging.
The stranger.
Oh.
Sorry.
And that's where we're going to end it tonight.
No.
No.
There's that's where we're going to end it. We're going to end it at the end of that fight. Before you guys go any further into this area. That's it. That's us. Sorry, I know it's a bit anticlimactic, but also just from a podcasting point of view, what a way to end it with Shannon saying that you call that a stranger.
Well, I'm actually concerned. He's lost all control of his arm.
Yeah. So yeah,
It's serious. It's
Loris-
You
serious.
can take control of his arm, and I think that's called the Dutch rudder, isn't it?
It sounds like a sailing term to me.
Well, I guess a
Oh,
pirate.
yes.
Probably heard it multiple times.
Cool. Thanks, guys. That was an awesome session.
Okay.
I know that's quite anticlimactic to end there, but there's really
Don't stop saying anticlimactic.
Anticlimactic for
Well, it's
you
not
guys,
climactic.
but my arms just kind of stopped
Climactic
working.
for you.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I'm a little concerned about my arm not working.
yeah.
But hey, it's
So you should be. Cool.
and I can make do with one, but you know.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my
brother.
god, no, we didn't need to.
Please tell us more. Go on. Does anyone else have anything to contribute that can be misconstrued horrifically?
But hey, you've got a little dog that's following along, a little scallywag.
Yeah.
You guys actually
Sausage
finally,
shaped dog.
you guys had a bit more combat this time as well, which is nice.
We made more than one room, but
Yeah, and you found the family crypt.
yeah.
Yeah.
And they
I
buried.
was pretty happy we found that dog.
Yeah.
Like, I had to.
I
I love animals in real life, but I was trying to think, like, would my character be as excited as I am about a little sausage dog? So I tried to pull it back.
I felt bad because I'm like, oh man, I try to talk to animals and I could never think of anything like groundbreaking to ask them that actually leads to anything that matters. So I felt like I failed again at speak with animals. You
I
know?
really liked that moment with talking
was
to the
cool.
dog. What are you talking about?
I mean, it was
Yeah.
fine, but I didn't really find anything out. I was like, oh, this was a
What
good
did you
chance
find
to, like,
out?
learn something.
What did you find
found
out?
out
You
plenty of
definitely
things.
found out some
Dungeon
things.
bad.
Yeah, not
No,
really.
we found
It's
out
like,
dungeon. We found that there was something down there that was like basically meat that you
But we
couldn't
already
eat,
knew
which I
that.
assume was
yeah,
the
we already knew
zombies.
that.
We already
We
knew there
already
was
knew
something
that, but I
scary in
think
the
this-
dungeon.
Yeah,
we
no.
did know the dog had seen it.
Exactly. And
That's,
the
it,
dog,
that's all we learned. All we learned was the dog had also seen something bad.
Trust me when I say there soon. The fact that you talked with him is probably going to make a difference.
Because
as long
he
as
is
you
the
know
Gonna
baddie.
kill him in front of us.
as long as you know down what the dog told you.
I was just like, geez, if you're like a monster of a DM, you'll be like, you blow up the dog with your thunder wave. But technically, he was with me, so it originates from me. So I was
That's
like,
exactly.
fine,
I wasn't
but
going to go
also,
that brutal.
Such regret for my awful battle decision. I just wanted to do a cool spell.
I just don't want you to feel that talking with the animal. I'm not going to give away spoilers. I'm just saying I don't want you to feel bad every time you use a spell because it didn't get the result you wanted. Sometimes when you do a spell, certain things don't unravel until later.
I think we did learn that there's a sausage-shaped exit to this dungeon.
Yes.
Yeah, there's a hole in
Somewhere.
the ground somewhere that this thing's crawled through.
Yeah.
I like that. I like the idea that you're like, by the way, because you gave the dog your provisions, you're now starving.
Yeah. Speaking of starving, you guys met the ghosts of the kids.
Yeah, that was really quite haunting. I
Um,
really used that. That's why I sat there quite quiet while you were describing that. I'm just like, I can't even engage with this. Just like kids staying in their room, starving themselves to death because their parents told them to stay there. Like just
Well, they were locked in.
They were locked in.
well, locked it, but
that big
still, you know,
padlock.
like that's just ugh,
Yeah.
completely.
That's brutal.
Did you guys pick up on the fact that they didn't recognize having talked to you before?
Yeah, that
it was weird.
Okay, cool.
And I was wondering how that worked, but obviously that's something that we can't question or just we may have to think about later on.
Yeah.
Like the ghosts were downstairs, they're upstairs, but when they're in the house, they recognize them. From the outside, they don't.
Morley did say to the girl, "Do you remember the conversation we had
That's right.
an hour ago?"
Yeah.
Very
No
odd.
recollection, and they definitely the ones that you met outside looked normal. They looked fine. They looked like normal humans. Whereas these ones were definitely ghostly.
So the outside ones
Interesting.
might
So
be
they're
pointing
outside-
us towards a trap.
Well, if you think about it, like so, outside they're normal, inside they're still ghosts. They haven't found peace. Blah blah blah. There's a combination between putting their bodies at rest and letting them, I don't know, combine. Who knows? There's some mystical peace around it, but
Well, the ones
What if-
outside might not be ghosts at all. You know, they might just be like the mist, some evil force pushing us
holograms or
towards
something
this,
of them.
pushing us towards a house.
Yeah, I was like, what if it's
Maybe.
an apparition that someone else created to lead us to the house?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't
Bum,
know.
bum, bum.
Morris doesn't understand all this magical shit, so you know.
Someone
Listen, if you need me to do something up, I'm here.
and he does that well. Yeah. John, I love that you ended up just breaking your own.
It was good.
Yeah, that was brilliant. Let's set this trap up so if anything comes across, and it would have been perfect had the zombies walked through there because they wouldn't have been able to climb over it, and so it would have worked really well.
Yeah, totally. It totally would have worked.
Just the fact that
things that would have worked well.
I
Just
felt
like my
that for
spell,
Shin.
if I'd read the freaking spell properly.
Yeah, I was
I was
like
like, oh, just go burning down the corridor. They'll go down like dominoes. I'm a genius.
last
Wait, I
campaign.
just read it and it's a cube. Oh shit.
No.
Last campaign,
to
I
read
totally would have sort of described that and let you sort of take it back, but I've stopped doing that this campaign.
Fair.
Yeah,
I'm just glad I
No,
didn't
look-
kill Gary. I couldn't have lived with that.
yeah.
It was pretty close.
I just want to thank
No.
quickly. I just want to thank Evil Doer TV for hosting us just towards the end there as well. So thank you so much for that, host. That's awesome. And I'll might as well run through a few extra thank yous. Thanks to Word08, Daggerhell, Delado2243, and your own private idiot for giving us a follow. And that's going to push us over the 400 followers mark, I believe,
Whoa.
which is
Who did
really, really cool.
Can I just say, your own private idiot is a great.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. We've had some good handles.
Is that like your own private Idaho? Is that
I
what
was
that
going to say, yeah.
right.
I've not seen that.
Evil Doers wants to know where we're from. We're all from New Zealand. Actually, I think we're all from Wellington, New Zealand, actually. So, yeah.
Yes.
And the coronavirus means we all have to stay home. No, kidding. It's not that bad here at the moment, so that's fine.
There's only one official idiot that brought coronavirus to Wellington.
That's true.
Your
That's
own
true.
And he is an
private
official
idiot.
idiot. I think that's better
Yeah.
describe him. Dickhead. Yeah, complete idiot.
We've
Sorry,
had,
you've read the story about this guy, right? He leaves.
Yeah, I was livid. I was just like, this.
Catches it in
absolute
Australia,
monster.
gets tested. Before the results come in, he jumps on a plane, flies to Wellington, goes to a cafe, gets
Yeah.
rung up and said, "Hey, dude, you've got coronavirus." Oh, okay, and
Yep.
goes to a hotel.
Thanks.
Retard.
Yeah,
That cafe is down the street.
haven't they
Yeah,
closed?
and
Oh,
closed.
They're closed
They've
now.
closed it for 2 days
Yeah.
to clean it out properly.
I'm not going to say
and
the name
hotel
because
room's been
I
locked
mean
off.
I'm sure they can clean off the coronas.
No,
Yeah.
it's not
Right.
stuff. It's already been named.
Cool.
Sorry, that was my rant about
No,
stupid
that's
idiots trying to
fair.
kill us all.
I think we're gonna
roll for rant.
hear.
Not two.
Wasn't
I,
very
How
good
many
one.
hours the rent goes for?
dude, I dig that dice roller. That is
I'm loving
so,
it.
Cool.
it's
It's
so
pretty
good.
sweet.
Yeah.
I have to remember how to play again though because I've forgotten.
Right.
You've got to remember
does
all
it all
the
for me.
modifiers, right?
Yeah.
I never knew how to play, and I still don't.
Actually, I think that's some of the fun of rolling your own dice is remembering your modifiers. Like that's part of the kind of the
Shit,
feel
I got
for
a
it.
+3 on that.
Yeah, it's like, oh, should I get this? And it's like you actually spend a lot more time looking at your character sheet.
That's
'Cause,
that's
like,
fun. That's
I
a kind of
find-
fun I'm not ready for. I think that's
Yeah, because I remember playing like I don't spend a lot of time looking at my character sheet, and that's why I forget some of the stuff that I can do. Whereas if you're looking at your modifiers and stuff, you're constantly looking at your character sheet and reading the bits you can do.
yeah.
Whereas
Right.
with Roll20, you're just clicking a button, and it's
Yeah.
like I'm looking at this piece here.
Yeah, I
I can-
guess.
I can roll a real percentage dice here.
Whee!
1.
What?
That has to be clipped.
People say,
Clip
"What's
that.
the odds?" 1 in 100.
1 in 100.
It's 1 in 100 of getting any of those numbers, though.
That is brilliant.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
that was
that's
the
right.
best one.
It is the best one.
He did the best one.
Number 1. That means that I definitely would have died.
Okay,
if I didn't
so
like
I'm always a little bit confused with the D100 because you've got how do you roll? What's a 100? Is that
There's
a
2
10 and a
zeros.
ze-
No,
Zero,
0 and a 0.
not the 10 and a 0? Or is that
No,
no? That's
there's
10.
10.
zero.
Ah, okay, cool. That makes sense.
Because there is no 0. You can't roll a 0.
Yeah, okay, that's fair. And that's
roll
how
one.
that's how you know I'm still relatively new to D&D. Oh, actually, just the rolling of the dice. I don't roll dice
just the
almost
rolling
ever.
of the dice. Yeah.
Almost ever now.
You're great at the online. Like, you know
65.
fucking everything.
I've got Roll20 like and D&D Beyond and all that. I've got that down. I know how to do all of that. Yeah.
How did
Cool.
Americans' ears feel?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stretch.
I think that's awesome.
I mean,
You have to keep
they
it
look
up.
very cool.
They look legit.
Mm.
Yeah, they are so cool.
These are
ears.
more annoying than the actual ears, I think.
Yeah.
I think
Oh,
they're too
really?
big for my petite ears.
Oh, that's a shame.
Look at that good skin tone. Actually, my ears are actually a little bit red. That probably means that it actually is annoying. But it's actually annoying with the wig because it can't, like, the wig is in the way of the freaking ear as well. So it's not ideal. I'm just going to have to grow out my hair and dye it black.
We had a regular pop in, Kalan Darklaw, who noticed that you finally had your ears. So that's awesome. It was noticed. It was noticed by
When I first
One of our
got
regulars.
these, I just kept putting them on randomly when Reagan was in the house and just like until he noticed.
I would rather
Just be
that.
like sitting there wearing them and he'd be
I prefer that than mannequin.
Please don't. Please don't. Please don't.
Sir Brave Scott said the ears were a good choice. I agree. I think they look fantastic. So
they're pretty fun.
yeah.
Ears around. Oh, look! I don't know if we show. I got a bag of ears.
What
Of course you do.
I just found them in my drawer.
are they?
They,
Such a barren thing to have. I have a
It's
bag
a,
of ears.
Ooh, they're like Lord of the Rings ears.
yeah, they're hobbit ears.
Oh
I'll take
wow.
Oh god, that is
Now, I
awesome.
just need to apply
gonna-
those every session. Now that's a bit next level.
Oh wow.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I don't. Yeah, you can't really wear them very often because you got to glue them
So,
on.
like,
It's silicon, eh?
So I think those are Sam
That's
ones.
so cool. So these are from Weta.
Yeah, and these are. Oh, what are those? I forget which ones. I
I'm
don't think
I'm
those-
just waiting for you to just chuck one in your mouth.
You can tell what they
They kind of do look a little bit tasty
because
sometimes.
Frodo's. Oh, you can tell like that's
Like
a
them
Frodo one.
dumplings.
That's a Frodo one, and that's a Sam one.
Oh, that's cool.
So one's
Yeah.
chunky, one's not.
Yeah, one's sort of pointier.
Yeah, that's cool.
And one's around her.
Yeah,
Wrap
that's
some
cool.
beef mince in them and scarf them down like dumplings.
Yeah, that's
Deep fry them.
I
Delicious.
should have thrown them at the zombie running at us.
Yeah, I didn't even try giving them any food, but
They just
I
wanted
kinda
food.
feel-
I don't think
well,
I had any.
they were being
They
rude
didn't.
about it, and I gave it all to the dog.
thing is,
So
if you gave them just real food, they probably wouldn't have wanted it. They would have wanted flesh.
They probably would have wanted
I mean,
flesh.
they're zombies, right?
Look, I'm
That's-
gonna be honest. They were bad guys.
and honestly, I feel like they'd be messy eaters, and
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're not good for that.
Yeah.
I really wanted to lure one of them into that trap with the spikes.
yes,
so
I was like thinking, okay,
Yeah.
my next move, I'm gonna be like, can I do like a cool dexterity based move and like flip him into the pit?
Yeah.
I actually thought Regan, when that zombie rolled the d20 and rolled the crit fail,
Yeah.
I thought that would have been your option. That he rolled it and trips over, American dodges artfully, and he just slides face first.
He was still like 10 feet away from it. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, come on, but I would have done.
It's pretty cool. That would have been.
It would have been
good.
pretty cool.
Cool
But
ending. Like the face part was cool, but
I kind of was hoping you guys would have like utilized that trap instead of it just like falling into it. Like it was opening up something for you guys to do something cool, not me just have it happen. I like the idea of it just smacking.
I
into
was
face.
going to
It's
use
cool.
it next
Exactly.
turn.
Yeah,
if that
yeah,
If
helps,
you had some
but-
kind of thunder-based attack, you could have pushed them in, pushed them into the hole.
Just a big.
Yeah, I'm just gonna.
I just want to say quickly goodnight to Random Origins and Sir Brave Scott, who are both leaving. Thank you so much for your support and for following us. Carry on. Sorry, American. Carry on.
I'm just
I'm
going to add
appreciative of
Thunderwave
Wally.
to the list of spells that have done me wrong.
Has it done you
Or
wrong?
did you do it wrong?
Yeah.
Like,
I care about my comrades. I would never harm them and feel good about it.
happens.
And
It happens.
I'm ashamed of hurting them.
if it's a
Yeah.
mistake, then you cast a spell wrong, right? You just didn't do it well, or did you do
Yeah.
the spell well at the wrong time?
It was more like I didn't know what my power was going to do. I thought I would like direct it down a hallway, and it just boomed out from me, and I was just like, "Oh, whoopsies!"
You have
You're
only
used
used
to
it
doing
once
in the
before.
forest or something.
Didn't you use it once at like Thunder Tree, or was that another thunder-based
I think I
spell?
have used it once. I don't remember
Yeah.
if it. Right.
I could because I remember there was a big booming of a big boom that went out, and then there was
Oh yeah, I did.
a dragon calling back.
Oh.
Loris can't
That was
comment
on
because he doesn't
Tuesday.
understand how spells work. He has literally two, kind of chants that he can do, but they're not really spells.
Mm.
So yeah, but
Dave,
I just
when are we getting Loris voice?
I tried. I thought about it and then I killed it. I'm sorry.
You can do
I
it,
know
man.
you-
Don't have stage fright, man.
You've got me clipped to doing it. You do.
I thought about it. I was like, "Oh, I did call you on it
No, I
last
called me
time,"
out and I
and
was
was like,
thinking about it all night, and unfortunately, I just couldn't.
What does
can't
it
get
sound
myself-
like?
Yeah, give us
Oh,
a
I
demo
can't
now.
I can't even do what you're thinking.
You
No,
totally
I
can.
freeze every
Can
time
you
I
do
think
his
about
one phrase that starts you
Yeah,
off,
what's the one phrase
I
that
cleave
starts
it with
with?
my axe?
it. No, see, I didn't even go with "I'm going to smash you with my." I started with "I feel" and "I believe." That was
Okay, so
kinda
how does Loris say "I believe"?
it goes, "I believe that I'm going to do this," and that's kind of how I started it. And I was
"Oh,
like,
that's
I
sweet."
keep
That's
forgetting it.
great, dude.
That's
Just
good.
that would be amazing.
Yeah, when you did it, I was like, man, that is exactly how I'd expect that dude
Yeah.
to sound.
Yeah.
That's because I'm walking the dog and I'm muttering to myself and blah blah blah, and then I sound too much like Sig, and I'm sure someone walks past me and must think this guy's a complete
Are
freak.
you doing it loud while you're
Oh
walking?
yeah, because that's so I can hear it.
Uh-huh.
So I'm
Yeah,
trying
that's
to
cool.
hear what I sound like. So I'm just trying
Yeah.
to like normalize
They'll
it.
probably
but
go,
yeah.
hey, isn't that like Dave?
Well,
from
isn't that
Getting
Loris?
Dicey?
Isn't that famous guy?
Literally, if someone came up to me and said, "Aren't you Loris?" I would literally just die. I'd be like, "What the?" That would just be bizarre.
The chat loved it, by the way, Dave. So definitely, if you
It'll
try,
be-
Do it.
I'll
Do
try
it.
it next week.
I think we'll try
I'll do
and. I know it can be quite uncomfortable. Trust me, I know it can be uncomfortable. But yeah, it sounds great.
I need help too. I need help to do a voice, but I don't really have it either.
I thought you had one for American.
I kind of do, but like you say, it's really easy to just like jump out of it.
You do it when you're being sassy, that's for sure.
Yeah, I need like a sassy phrase. What's my phrase?
It's often when someone says you're judgy and you go, "Thank you."
Mm.
Something like that.
Yeah.
I need to find that phrase.
Yeah. It's kind of, you started with like the mother from Schitt's Creek. You kind of started with that
Yeah, I
voice.
love that. Has anyone ever seen Schitt's Creek? It's
I
Schitt's
love
Creek.
it. That show is
So
Oh,
good.
I
amazing.
love that
This is the best show.
Yeah.
show.
Amazing.
Evildoer's saying that he reckons it's awesome and don't be afraid of the voice acting thing. He encourages, they encourage their players to voice act as much as they can. Sometimes it's more about how your character speaks rather than the voice they use, and I couldn't agree more. I think that's why I like what Shannon does. Shannon doesn't really go.
I'm putting on a voice. It's very subtle.
Oh, it's normally I talk like this, but when I'm the Baron, I talk like this. It's a very subtle difference.
Very much like that.
But I like that you describe you're a bit more, and like when you were knocked against the wall, you were doing your coughing and stuff, so you're still to embody the character, even though you may not put on the voice.
Yeah,
as well.
I don't know what voice. I just imagine that. You
Yeah.
know, like some
kind of feel
actors,
like
they
Baron
just
has
do their
a
voice. Like what Robert Downey Jr. just sounds like that.
Exactly.
But I think the Baron is a. Don't take this the wrong way, but the Baron is kind of a. No, it's just kind of.
Prepare yourself,
When I
Shannon.
see Baron
What
as
I
you,
know,
like, I just kind of see him as a sort of
Little piece of shit,
quiet,
and
He's a dick.
I just like hear the Baron's voice and like picture that face that you had from it. It's like, yeah, actually that kind of fits the
Yeah,
body and
it
fits
does.
what you described him as.
If anything, I should probably make him a bit more downbeat, more morose. But I think he's trying to be positive, so I don't want to do it too much.
Sir Brave Scott and Desmarius are both just talking about how good the pirate voice is. The pirate.
Yeah.
Pirate.
He's a pirate. now.
Not a pirate.
Oh, the captain.
He's been
Thank
called
you.
pirate 3 weeks
the
in a row. He's now pirate.
Well,
You did.
I
You
had
did
a
say something
question
in
right
like
now.
episode 2, I think it was, Adam, where I'm pretty certain you said "yar," and I'm like, come on, that's a pirate. That's
You did.
pirates.
I don't know how long you've spent sat on the Seven Seas, Reagan. Yar is commonly used by captains of all vessels,
Okay,
not
okay,
just
all right.
liberating treasure from others. All right.
Yeah.
I had written down questions to say, because you never think of them at the time. You go, I should ask that. But do I call Captain Morley a captain because he's not my captain?
Yeah,
It's his rank, is it not?
Is it
It's-
like a doctor, or is it like you only
He's
call
not.
them if you're the, captain, doctor?
I actually have an answer for this.
Captain
Okay.
Doctor.
So
Captain
a captain is like a king of a ship.
Yeah.
So if you would call a king from a foreign land a king so and so, you would also call a captain so and so.
What if you don't give a shit about sailing?
Well, it's the same idea though.
Ah, all right.
Like they rule a finite area.
Very finite.
It's his rank and his position, so you refer to him that as a mark of respect.
Is it like in the
Right,
army?
so
There's a
Mr. Morley
captain.
then. Got it.
Morley
Like,
is not
that-
his.
Oh, it's what Van Morgan is that
Morley's
his
his
last name?
first name, is it not?
Yeah.
Yes, he's
Morley
Captain
Van Morgan.
Morley Van Morgan.
He's Captain Morgan.
So
I
he's Dutch.
thought
He is
so.
Captain Morgan.
Captain Van
Like
Morgan.
a king might not be your king, but
True.
they are still king so and so.
So it is
hang
like a
on.
doctor then. It's like a doctor. It's like having a doctorate of the sea.
Yeah, a captain doctor.
With no
Why are we
official bit
respecting-
of paper to say.
Why are we respecting this guy's baronhood? Then?
We just, most
We
of us
all
call
just think
him
it's his
Brian.
name.
Yeah, like
Yeah, we just
Yeah, they
think it's
called me
Brian.
what? What did you call me?
Brian.
We called you
Brian.
Yeah.
Yeah, Brian.
But they didn't know that was one of my middle names.
Actually,
So I didn't notice. I thought they
I was
just knew
thinking
my
of
middle name.
upgrading it to Bri.
I think it has been. Yeah, call me Brian.
To be fair, Shannon.
it's nice. Yeah.
So I was just going to say, Shannon. Does anyone here actually know the Baron's first name?
No,
I
I don't
think
think he ever told us.
I think
He
I've
has.
said it.
He has
I
said
don't-
it, but even I don't remember what it was. But he has said it.
I so hope it's Shannon.
No,
Isn't
it's not
such a
Shannon. Huh?
Starts with a B.
Sorry,
It
Dave.
does start with
Your
a B, yeah.
your internet has gone pretty bad at this point. By the way, everyone must be jumping onto Netflix and stuff.
There's only one of them in the house, and I'm sure she's asleep.
Oh, okay.
I've no fucking idea. But yeah, Baron has like 6 names as far as I remember.
More than that, isn't it? Isn't
Yeah,
it?
So,
But you don't even. I just loved it when John said, "Oh, you can." We are on a first name basis, aren't we? Byram, and that's my last name. It's my first name is Brintel.
Brintel. So I think
Baron, Brintel, Elderbaron, High Law, Lucifer, Goldstar, Apollo,
Goldstar.
Untergan, Absol, Farsol, Index, Codexia, Overall, Brian, Byram.
oh, Brian, isn't it? See, that's why we went with Brian.
so. Is it
a
Brickstill?
lot.
Brickstill?
Brintel.
No,
Brintel.
Brintel.
So does the Baron expect people to call him Brintel? Like, is that a name that after 3 years of living in Phandalin with your crew, would your crew call you Brintel by now?
No.
No, I'm a fucking noble.
Oh
They'd call me
God.
Baron.
I just figured if I'm calling him Bri, that also works for Brintel because they both start with BRI.
Exactly. I was
That's
just
true.
surprised they knew Brian.
Well, so what's the only name we could say that when you gave us a list, like Brian, got it? That's what
Yeah,
we stuck with.
no, I never said.
I'm
Brian.
going with Goldstar from now on.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, gold star. There's no D.
Oh,
Goldstar.
Apollo's pretty good, but it doesn't fit.
That's Apollo with
the
an
image.
A. That's Apollo with a EAUX on the end.
Of course it is.
Hello.
Yeah.
I'm surprised people call me Baron because I sort of gave up the whole aristocracy thing.
Does that piss him off?
No, he's used to it, but
Okay.
I think
Given the
Byron's
way we
normal one.
treat each other, it seems like that would be one thing we'd all do. Like he's obviously told us he's not into the aristocracy and stuff, but he's a baron. It's like, okay, you're a baron, sweet.
Yeah, I can't get rid of it. I am
Just like Morley's a pirate, you know.
I'm pretty fantastic.
Here's what I is.
I am what I am, and that's all that I am. I'm possibly the sailor man.
Yeah, a sailor man. Very, very good
A
reference.
pirate man.
Sailor man pirate.
Technically, a baron needs to have a barony.
Yes.
I'm assuming
So
he does.
I don't know if you have a barony or not.
Dude.
His dad has one, doesn't he? That he doesn't
Yeah,
subscribe.
yeah. You know, when you pick your background, you can pick aristocrat. So all that shit comes with it. But it'd be too complicated if you were too rich and an aristocrat.
He didn't come with all this money.
Yeah, you have to go, oh, well, yes, I'm an aristocrat, but I don't have millions of dollars. So that's the weird thing about choosing that background. But you do come with a signet ring, some papers saying that you're passed.
You probably do have like a lot of money back at your barony.
Yeah, but I just gave it up to go to the spoken word cafes and do beat poetry and stuff like that. Listen to that.
Such a
I love it.
such a rebel. Such a rebel. I love it.
For the revolution, it's based on the French Revolution.
Cool. Are we calling it there? Is that us? Is that us for the night?
Now we're hanging with pirates.
I call him a captain.
Yeah, I'm not going to label him.
He's
pretty cool, and he did a backflip, and he did a witch bolt thing.
Yeah, he shot lightning out of his hands.
He's pretty cool, and he was nice to children, so that's a
I'm
big
not sure
tip.
Laura saw that. Laura saw the backflip that landed. Yeah, I don't recall. I think I was down the stairs and probably would have seen the flip light.
It was great.
It was sweet.
And he was nice to the dog and named the dog.
The second big tick, like that's a huge tick from the druid, just like
Scallywag, which sounds kind of piratey to me.
And very nice to the kids.
Oh wait, no. I mean, no.
You think yes.
Before we go, I do want to know what you guys thought of the interaction with the kids in their bedroom.
Yeah,
The voice was so good.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah?
I love
the
her
voice. Is amazing.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, Rose's voice is super cool. I love it.
It feels very weird putting that voice on.
I can't imagine pretending to be a little girl.
Yeah.
Some words were weird. But yeah, I was stuck in there and feeling very uncomfortable. But I knew there was only one way out. is by talking to them. I didn't want to like bash them or anything. They'll probably kill me.
They do have stats.
I was quite happy to let Baron do the talking and deal with that all by himself.
Morley did.
Yeah.
And Morley, yeah.
And American.
I'd quite have to leave you two to go for it.
Yeah.
No.
American.
American. Yeah. It was really nice. You guys treated them with a lot of respect, which was awesome.
And Bill.
And listened to their story. It was good. Really nice.
Yeah, I was going to play doll houses with them till they go to sleep and then creep out.
Oh, that would have been nice. Yeah. Well, I won't spoil anything. There was other options, but I won't go into them. We'll go over that when we finish the campaign in 6 years' time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 3 sessions to complete the starter house, or at least get to this point in the starter house?
Yeah. Yes. Mm-hmm.
So how many sessions is the starter house supposed to take? Or what's the must be a time frame?
I don't know. Like I'd say it probably takes 3 sessions if you were doing 5 or 6 hour sessions. You know, that's your usual D&D kind of session, right?
Yeah.
So I think we've got another 1 or 2, probably, maybe a third one. I don't know.
I like to have sessions where we're just talking some shit or like interacting rather than powering through it as well.
Yeah, totally. But anyway, that's us. Let's call it there for the night. Thank you so much for all the follows. We've had so many follows tonight, which has been so great. And if you're watching and you like what you're doing, just click that follow button. We have cool merch. We've got cool merch. The newest
Fijoa.
You can buy that Fijoa from us. No, the cool new shirt of the crew, the Getting Dicey characters running away from the spooky bats, which is awesome. And John's holding up our Ravenloft logo on a hoodie that you've got there on the hoodie. There's a shirt form of that as well.
Go check it out if you like pixel art.
Oh yeah, go check it out if you like pixel art. It's just beneath the stream. You can also buy some other stuff there. Take a look. There you go. That's the same shirt on grey. Is it on grey? Charcoal? Oh, you're on mute. I'm just going to assume you said charcoal.
Charcoal.
Yeah, perfect. And if you really like what we're doing, then please do show your support by subscribing or checking out some of our merch. Every single dollar that you guys put in, it's not like something we just chuck into a bank and hoard like little dragons. We try and upgrade. We try and upgrade cameras or mics. I think all of us have a good mic except for Dave, and I really, really want to get Dave a nice new microphone at some point. Bill?
I was just going to say,
John?
we make sweet fuck all off of the merch.
Yeah.
So just subscribe.
Just
because
subscribe.
we get more money.
Also, buy the merch to support my ego because it makes me feel
They're super, super cool shirts. But if you've got Twitch Prime, you get a free subscription to something each month. So you might as well spend it on us if you're watching and enjoy what we're doing because it doesn't cost you anything. It's great, and we see the benefits, and you feel good. If this was your first time checking us out, you can check episode 1 and 2 on our YouTube channel, which is linked below. We've got a Discord link that you can come and chat to us about D&D and pretty much anything else. Episode 2, the one we filmed last week, will be live in podcast format in the morning. Look at that little book.
The book.
And Sir Brave Scott just subscribed for a month.
Oh yeah!
Thank you. So, everyone ready to go? He's got the subscription. The subscription wave. There we go. Adam, you got to get on this. You got to get on this. Adam,
you don't even know, but this is what we do.
You're not even watching. This is what people get when they get the subscription.
Like a wave?
Yeah. yeah. I like what you're doing as well. That's pretty good.
Everyone has their own unique spin.
Yeah. So, Brave Scott, thank you so much for your support. It means
How much
heaps.
writing have you put in that, Baron?
I was just about the Burgomaster and the vampires and stuff.
Oh no!
It's falling to pieces.
The page came out. You've just muted yourself as well somehow. I don't know how you did that with your other hand.
Weird.
That was weird.
Happened.
Anyway, thank you guys.
This is
Thank
my
you guys.
normal book.
Are we going to show off this, or are we sending it off? We can show
Is
it
that
off.
a big chip? Is that the world's biggest chip, Bill?
Oh my!
We've got a big feature. Big.
This is a chip to rival any Fijoa.
Look, I don't want to take away from both the Fijo and the chip, but Kalan Darklaw just subscribed for a month as well.
Oh,
So-
because of our giant food.
The chip.
There we go. And we're back. We're back into one more of these. Here we go. Thank you so much. For
The chip's gonna do a wave.
Yeah, nice.
Chip wave.
I like what Shannon's doing as well. That's kind of cool.
That's pretty cool.
It's pity that Gary isn't getting involved.
Do we have any other big bits of food?
His arm's
Oh,
broken.
he's sulking in the background.
It's gonna
Oh,
bust
cheer
it
up.
out.
I'm just looking for any kind of big food now. I don't have any.
No.
I don't have anything else.
When you show a big food, you get a subscribe. Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
Okay. All right. Good night, everybody. We'll be back at the same time next week. So come and join
Do it,
us.
do it, do it.
Same time at the next time.
It's the same
bye.
time.
Same
next time at the same time.
Kisses. Love you all.